Three, two, one. Are we live, people? Are we back? 2 days in a row, Drake, back to back. The Rem and Sam podcast, and today is an exciting day. It's the return of Sam, people. Sam will be joining us in a little under an hour, which we should probably go ahead and send him the invite so we can get him in. We should probably unlock the door so our guy Sam can stop by. The Rem and Sam return will be happening shortly, but the games were slated to start before when we usually jump on for the normal stream, so I figured we'll jump on, catch the beginning of some of these games, and we're already into the first quarter of some NBA action as well, too. Right now, we've got Sixers, Raptors running in the background. The sneaky Raptors, do we kind of like this Raptors team? I feel like Sam's going to be on this Raptors team, too. Obviously, shout out our guy Grady Dick, the Kansas guy. We'll probably... We have to be careful doing this again, people, because we've gotten in trouble sending live invites on the past, but I think with the right tabs, nothing is going to get leaked, and I think we're going to be good to go. But we've got Pacers-Knicks for, I guess, the primetime ESPN game. That's about to start in a minute. And we've also got the World Series on tonight. Will we actually be tuning in to watch baseball? Spoiler alert, we're undecided right now. Countdown is about, again, a bit less than an hour till the start of the World Series. And depending on how riveting the NBA action is tonight, that'll determine whether or not the World Series will be getting our viewership. It is 14-16 right now in the Raptors game. No Embiid and Paul George as well, so that game might be close, but just in terms of the name value on the court, that game, we can put that on the back burner for the World Series. But we've also got Nets Magic going. Ben Simmons versus Paolo. Okay, we're doing a live switch, people. And I forget now, too, on the desktop for League Pass, you can do multi-view. Let's see if you can do it here on this. Do we need to get a second laptop for the setup? We might be making some upgrades, people, to make the watch parties go a little bit smoother, because League Pass has been making the upgrades. The multi-view is a clutch feature. I can't wait to throw that up on the TV at some point. We've just been able to do laptop only for that, but we will definitely be running that on the bigger screen. Again, Pacers-Knicks, the ESPN game. Pistons at Cavs, Hornets at Hawks, Bulls at Bucks. That game will be in a blackout for us, so we'll have to put that game on the back burner for the World Series. We'll have no choice. Grizzlies at Rockets. That could be a riveting Western Conference matchup. Ja Morant versus Dillon Brooks. The Dillon Brooks revenge game. Whoa, I guess it's not him going back to Memphis. It's him playing Memphis in Houston. Has Dillon Brooks played against the Grizzlies yet? Because obviously he would have had last season to have the chance to do that, but did he actually get a chance to go up against his former team? And the news alerts on the Google right now are saying RIP to a bassist for the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead is not in our rotation, but iconic band, Bill Walton. Didn't they play at the Sphere? We just kind of keep tabs on everybody that plays at the Sphere. So, again, we know about the Grateful Dead outside of the fact that they played the Sphere. Just because we don't listen to the music doesn't mean we're not aware. But same with U2. Like, you know, the only time we really listen to U2 is in the Kendrick Lamar song. But other than that, chat, are there any U2 songs that we're missing out on that we should be listening to? Oh, okay, so Dillon Brooks played at Memphis in February last year in an 8-point loss. He put up 19, 2 for 10 from the three-point line for Dillon Brooks in that game. That was actually the second time he played in Memphis. So they played Memphis once before that in November, and then that was in Houston. And then in the beginning of December, middle of December, they played Memphis in Memphis. Okay, so Dillon Brooks actually won in the return in his revenge game. Wow, so Dillon Brooks is already taking care of business when it comes to this. Pause. 26 points, 10 for 20 from the field, 3 for 9 from the three-point line. But putting up a 26 piece for Dillon Brooks on 50% shooting. Not bad. We'll definitely take it. 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnover. Only +3 with 26 points for our guy in a 7-point victory. And definitely balanced it back out with that 2 for 10 shooting performance in his next game. So I guess we'll have to wait for him a little bit later in the season to go back to Memphis. But Brooklyn is hanging with the Magic in the first quarter. So by the time the World Series starts up, I guess that could be endish of the third quarter. This game, the Magic could definitely have pulled away at this point. I don't think the Nets would have, but they might be hanging in there. And Paolo right now is guarding Franz. Or sorry, Ben Simmons is guarding Franz. Paolo is not guarding Franz. Something would be going desperately wrong for the Magic. But I'd be curious to see the Ben Simmons-Paolo matchup and see when that happens later in the game. For both players' sake, for Simmons defensively and for Paolo, to see if Simmons is still at that offensive level, then to counter, what would Paolo be able to do against that? And watching Paolo in that Heat game, he was fantastic, of course, but the matchups they were throwing at him, the Heat, Jimmy Butler and Bam offensively were pretty much non-existent. And there was even a possession at one point in the third quarter. Maybe it wasn't the third quarter. I don't remember exactly what quarter it was in, but there was a possession where it was Butler, Bam, Rozier, Jovic, and one other fifth guy, but there was a 3-man action at the top of the key, and Bam and Butler were both in the corner. And it's like, I don't remember the other 3 guys because I was just staring at Bam and the Butler just standing there in the corner going, how are your 2 best players just motionless on offense, totally out of the way, not involved in the play? Maybe that's Eric Spoelstra going, hey, look at this. The defense will be the gravity for these guys, and then these 3 guys will have all this space to operate. Maybe it's 40 chess from our guy Eric Spoelstra, but it was not working versus the Magic in that game. But again, Bam, defensive player of the year potential, first team all defensive type guy. Maybe he's not he's not known for a one-on-one lockdown defender, but for his size, you think you'd be able to throw him on a guy like Paolo, but he's almost a little bit too small. Paolo was kind of pushing Bam around, and they were throwing Butler on Paolo as well too. And Butler, you can't, if the Magic were playing the Heat in a playoff series, and again, 1 game into the season, that playoff series is months from now. Things could definitely happen. But if those lineups that we saw on the court in that game were to run it back in a playoff series, I don't know if Butler, well, I guess we can't just write off Butler defensively in a playoff series. Again, in our reformed take stage, we're not going to be so dramatic to just say Butler can't defend anybody in the playoffs anymore. But Paolo's size against Butler, was a really big issue. And I don't know if Paolo's gotten bigger. I mean, I'm sure he's been in the weight room and added on a couple of pounds, but I don't know if he's gotten maybe even a little bit taller as well too, because it seemed like he was definitely taller than Bam. And again, Bam is a pretty good 5 matchup against most teams. And they have Wendell Carter. I think he's a type of guy who you could definitely wishful thinking. You could be like, yeah, Wendell Carter could be in our final 5 at the end of a playoff game if all things are going well. But Paolo as the small ball 5. And then when Anthony Black's out there as well too, he might not necessarily be a shot maker at this stage in his career, but he's hustling for the offensive rebound. So even with Paolo at the small ball 5, when Anthony Black is out there, there is still a good rebounding unit because Paolo is sneaky big and able to push guys around, clear out space for the rebounds. And Anthony Black is flying around there as well too. And they still haven't even unleashed just Jet Howard. They still have the whole Jet Howard piece to potentially go into. So this game will be headed into commercial break. The Magic have officially made their run. It's 22-14. We'll see if the Brooklyn Nets are able to respond. So we're bouncing back and forth between those 2 games. This and the Sixers-Raptors as the only 2 games in action. But Pacers-Knicks will be starting up pretty soon. And the problem is, again, for us in the blackout area, for these Midwest teams, outside of Milwaukee and Detroit, which thankfully Milwaukee is not in the blackout for now. For a lot of years here, we haven't been able to complain because all of these Midwestern teams, the single best player by far has been in Milwaukee with Giannis. I mean, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Chicago, Indiana, Detroit, those 5 for sure. If there's another one, I'm not remembering it. But those 5, I mean, Giannis has clearly been the best player there for the last couple of years. And obviously now with this emergence of Anthony Edwards with the Timberwolves, that is definitely very frustrating that the Timberwolves are in a blackout. But they are also going to be a much more nationally televised team as well, too. So we'll get the TNT games, the ESPN games to make up for that. Indiana is the sneaky one that doesn't quite get on national TV enough. They're kind of I don't know if the league has some teams that they rely on for the league pass, where they're like, we're actually not, like Indiana, yeah, we could give them maybe a little bit more respect than not that they deserve, but, we could give them a little bit more respect, maybe for the market size anyways. And we don't have the numbers on the Indy fans, so we shouldn't just start assuming, but we're just guessing compared to some of these other larger markets where you just know that regardless of how bad the Lakers are, and that's the extreme example, but the Knicks as well too. Like even the Clippers could still be pretty bad. And I feel like just the LA team, they're going to get the Warriors. I guess the Warriors are going to be in that territory, though. I feel like their national TV number might be down a little bit. Do we need to look up national TV games for the NBA here? We'll see if they can give us a breakdown by team. This would be nice for IT to be on their toes to be able to look this up and research it while we're live. But unfortunately, they're lazy, and it's just not going to happen. But I feel like, and it's Steph as well. Steph, you're going to have to put him on national TV a couple times. But we're going to have to be locked into this Indiana game because we know we're not going to see him as much as some of these other teams. Chicago is still semi-frustrating. Like, the problem is now, like we mentioned before, the league is so stacked with young, talented players, and there's just so many interesting guys to want to watch that, I mean, there's a reason to tune into every game. Even with the Pistons, I would still, I have Cade Cunningham stock. So maybe it's just the me and the section of the basketball community that's with me. I think Sam is with me as well, too, on the Cade Cunningham stock. But I'd tune into that team. I mean, with Tobias Harris was cooking the other night. So that team might actually be decent, be feisty. So there's really no team. Maybe we'll have to talk to Sam about this. Is there no team that we would want to watch? Because, again, I'm a degenerate basketball fan. So, chat, I might get roasted for this, but is it... I'm actually having a tough time saying it, so I don't even know if I believe myself. But are the Wizards fun to watch? Not fun to watch, but, like, are they watchable? That's really the question. Are the Wizards watchable? Not necessarily fun. Obviously, they're not a full-on entertaining basketball team. I guess the second half of that Celtics-Wizards game was probably pretty brutal with the way the Celtics were able to pull away there. But maybe later in the season, this team could be fun to watch because I guess Sar is probably... Sar a 2-year guy? Are we being wishful there? Hopefully not. Alex Sar, we're fans. Call in if you have a chance. he might sooner rather than later. Who knows? We hope he keeps up the good play over there in Washington. Jordan Poole, we're tuned in to our former Michigan man. I mean, there's a couple of guys sneaking around. I guess the Wizards are about as close as you can get. Other than that, the Nets, I love Cam Thomas, man. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't want him with Wemby, but I love watching him on other teams. And the fact that he's on a team with Ben Simmons, I just love the fact that this is like the island of misfit toys for the NBA. This is great. Nobody wants Ben Simmons in a trade. Nobody wants Cam Thomas in a trade. Somehow all these guys are on this. They've been traded all to the same team together, even though nobody wants them. But, I mean, come on. The man can put up 30 points a game. That's got to mean something. I know maybe it takes 35 shots. And again, I'm not saying that we want the Spurs to trade for him, but from a entertainment standpoint, am I going to get my money's worth if Cam Thomas is playing? I mean, Cam Thomas is going to try to make sure that I get my money's worth. He's like, I'm here to entertain the people. And I appreciate that for some basketball players. That's a skill. Cam Thomas or Zach LaVine, chat. Which one would you guys choose? Zach LaVine with Josh Giddey, he might be starting to prove something over there because they talked about getting him off the ball a little bit more. So who knows? You bring him into a team with another star, who knows how he ends up looking. But from a watchability standpoint, do we need to do a superstar watchability rankings? Because I do feel like Cam Thomas is up there. And again, it's not just all because he's mesmerizing and making great plays. It's spectacular to watch a guy just shoot 30 shots at that level, but also make enough of them to keep these games interesting. Again, he scored 20 points in the fourth quarter of that Rockets game. Or was it against the Rockets? I don't even remember who they were playing. But against the Hawks? Who were they playing the other night? We're already getting confused after one game into the season. He scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. He was balling out. Kept him in that game. And Maxey is keeping the Sixers in check with the Raptors here. Obviously, they got torched by the Bucks in the first game. And I don't know if we talked about the Bucks enough. I know we said that the vibes weren't necessarily, and it's not like it's all terrible vibes. It's a lot of the same from last year, and we know where that ended up, and we know that Giannis wasn't healthy as well too. Just about the biggest X factor that you could potentially have for your team or for any team as well. But regardless, it's not like the vibes were great last year. Doesn't feel like they've moved a lot over the course of the offseason. And even the way Dame, the shots that he was hunting out, he was really 3-point heavy. The attacking the rim element, I just don't know if that's going to be there for him in the playoffs. And maybe he's going to save it again. He did have monster performance in the playoffs without Giannis, so maybe we need to give him the benefit of the doubt. But he does have the shot selection of, the low T basketball player. When the shot selection, is it a low S? I don't know what we need to, what phrase we need to term it. But when some of these players get older, they hunt easier and easier shots, and they might not necessarily be as aggressive as they once were. And Dame Lillard, he's got low basketball T right now. He's just jacking up a lot of threes. We should probably go back to the Nets game. This is the one that we're locked in on. I don't even know if we should be switching over. The Nets are making a little bit of a push. It's now 19-22. Is Nick Claxton hacking people? I think that's the secret for this team. Nick Claxton can get into the game, start hitting guys in the head that they'll miss shots. Oh, no, the Magic are making a run with Anthony Black on the court. Do we need to take back our points? I mean, they just put, is that the center Clowney on Paolo? No, I don't think that was Clowney. Was that Claxton? And Claxton is on the leaner side, but Paolo just bodied whoever that was. They've got Mo on the court. Schroeder taking him off the dribble. How would you do that? How can you do that to your former German teammate? Not former, current German teammate. But former as in the run that they had here. Mo with the chance for revenge and then gets the and one on Schroeder. Schroeder just torching him. So Schroeder only does good when he's playing for Germany or going one-on-one against German guys. It's all in the blood for Schroeder. All in the family. Pause. Shout out to a guy. There was a movie that we heard as a recommendation with that All in the Family guy in it. What's that guy's name, Chad? Archie Bunker? Archie Bunker is All in the Family, right? Are the old timers going to get mad at us for not knowing about that? Sorry, old timers. We're not super caught up on Archie Bunker. I feel like All in the Family is one of those shows that hasn't necessarily had the rewatch value just in terms of it being passed on. Again, I feel like maybe the old timers that were there in the moment go back to it, but it hasn't had. And, the older shows, which ones are getting passed down? It's a lot of the 90s shows. But I think Fresh Prince was late 80s, right? All in the Family was 80s. Fresh Prince, was that late 80s? So does that count as the most rewatchable 80s shows? I mean, I guess we're talking like the sitcom type stuff. Because when you get into the dramas, like did Grey's Anatomy start in the 80s? General Hospital, one of those. So I guess maybe if the show that started in the 80s is still going on, then I don't and it's not even counts for rewatchable yet, then the fact that it's ascended up into that extra level, maybe it's beaten the system. But for the shows that were made in the 80s. Doogie Howser? When was Doogie Howser? Was that 70s? What are people rewatching these days? Who knows? But that Archie Bunker movie was on Tubi, so we might be throwing that on. Whoever that actor is was in a lead role. Nets, Dennis Schroeder, bringing him back up by 1 as we hit the end of the first quarter. Yeah, quarter 1 done in Magic Brooklyn. I don't know how Scott Hansen does it, people. Maybe we're not giving him enough props. Buzzing around, whipping around to all these games because we got to be not well into the first quarter here for this primetime ESPN matchup, but it's definitely gotten a start and it's definitely underway. Or who knows, maybe late start. We're just in time, people. Screw it, Scott Hansen. We can do it too. We're just in time for the game. Siakam, Halliburton, Turner, Nembhard. We've got the Villanova 3, Anunoby, and Towns for the Knicks as well, too. So will Bridges make up for some of the three-point shooting that was lacking in that Celtics game? Because, you know, you get beat that bad. Obviously, you kind of look at the whole team. But Bridges, you bring him in for the defense. You bring him in for the shot creation. But you also just bring him in to space the court. Bridges is supposed to be an excellent spot-up shooter, excellent movement shooter. In that off-ball defensive version of Bridges, I mean, that's just about as valuable a player as you can get in the league. But then you add some of the shot creation stuff that he's been able to develop on top of that. And it's pretty impressive as well, too. Okay, people. Sam is not in the waiting room as of yet, which is good. It means we haven't just left him hanging there. Pause. We've known to do that a time or two. So, boom. Opening tip, first possession. Stream freeze. And now we're underway. Josh Hart's going to be the one. No, not taking the first shot. Okay, Brunson takes the first shot. That's what you want. Even if it's a miss. I think it's a good look. Halliburton as well, too, is going to be due for a good three-point shooting game. Not just Bridges. He was a little bit off in that win against the Pistons. A playoff rematch as well. The Pacers eliminating Brunson. Eliminating the Knicks. Is Stephen A on hand for this one? Do we have to double check? No Kevin on Hart unplugged this week, people. At least not on ESPN2. I don't know if it's buried on ESPN Plus right now. What about the Stephen A alternate broadcast? Maybe we just need to be patient. If we have any industry insiders in the chat, can they let us know what's the update on the alt broadcasts? And I guess the fact that we're doing the watch parties kind of spoils us being able to watch these alt broadcasts. But so maybe, hey, stars aligned. Miles Turner with 20 in the win against the Pistons. In Anunoby, I feel like we didn't really get to see his impact defensively as well. I mean, Tatum was outstanding. Derek White was outstanding in that game. That's not necessarily Anunoby's responsibility. A backcourt type player, you know, he's going to be guarding the bigger wings. But with Tatum going off the way he was, and you bring Towns in, so now you have the 5. Because Anunoby, you could potentially play him at the small ball 5. So maybe against the Celtics, Towns, Anunoby as the small ball 5. Going up against Horford, maybe that's a matchup that'll kind of be beneficial to the Knicks. But ideally, too, you could use Anunoby to take out Tatum, have one of the best wing defenders on the league, and to be able to stop that kind of guy. But Tatum with 37 so far, the highest point total of the year, I believe. So a slow start here. Pacers up 2-0. We know the Knicks want to get in these type of games, but maybe the Pacers offense is a little more streaky this year. I guess they are the ones up 2-0. And Towns, only 9 shots in that last game. He got an early look here. Anunoby gets to the rim, banks in the first bucket for the Knicks. But you just look for him to be more aggressive. Honestly, just to see what you have as well, too. I know you don't trade for Towns to see what you have, but you need to see what you have with Towns. And you need to see what his scoring... Because if he's only getting 9 shots... I mean, that means who's taking those... Is Josh Hart taking those shots? We love Josh Hart, but... outside of Bridges, even Anunoby's not known for his offense. You want him to be an efficient corner shooter. Not necessarily second on the team in shot attempts. Unless, of course, they're all open corner threes. If Town gets so good at some point in the season that all the defenses have to start guarding him with triple teams, and Anunoby leads the team in shot attempts because he's just in the corner wide open, then, you know, that's an acceptable outcome. But outside of that, Towns closing out to Turner in the corner. I think he even likes playing defense on the three-point line better than in the perimeter. He'd much rather shoot threes and just stick a hand up on the other side. And if he has to run a little bit too, that's pretty fun. He doesn't mind that. And stay tuned, chat. Don't worry. Sam is about to join us here as we get into the games. We also get to get his take on the Chiefs getting Hopkins. A lot of exciting stuff for Sam to react to tonight. Team of the Year announcement, potentially. We should have put that in the title. Sam announcing his Team of the Year. Always one of the most anticipated moments of the NBA season is our guy Sam letting us know which team he will be rooting for the NBA season. I know that he says he's not a Tatum fan. The Celtics are obviously not his team, but the man definitely roots for him. Definitely keeps him in mind when we're talking about, you know, who are his favorites. But he always picks one team that he falls for. He'll have a little a little romp with the team for a season. Spin the block a couple times with a new franchise every year. It's also maybe a bit of a jinx. I don't know what the history is for Team of the Year for Sam. We haven't gotten the advanced numbers back on it yet, but we're getting to the point now where there's enough years, there's some history there to go back. We can kind of see where the trends are. He'll have a few picks under his belt. Siakam with the little step back. Anunoby right there in his face. So Anunoby, maybe he's not able to take out Tatum, but if he takes out Siakam tonight, I mean, you're still feeling good about your chances against most of the Eastern Conference. Okay, so Towns is going to go for shot attempt here. It's a slow post up versus Turner. A nice hook shot, though. He gets what he wants. So take your time, Towns. Let the man operate. Oh, and a travel by the Pacers is going to give the ball right back to the Knicks. Somehow the Pacers still have the lead. The Knicks can't stop this team. But Towns now 1 for 2 in the quarter. Still puts him on pace for 4 for 8 from the game. So 3 shot attempts a quarter puts him at 12. He was at 15 last year in Minnesota. No? Something like that? 15, 16? So 16. Oh, and Towns buries the 3. Are we in on a Towns season, people? I mean, we can sit here and pretend, and we can sit here and make claims and tell you who we like, but it's also, you know, you can check the tapes and just see who we start talking about, and we just my eyes are locked on Towns. Fascinated to see what Towns can provide, because it's also the guys as well too that were the number 1 picks. Because people, I mean, he was the number 1 pick. People have already, and I say people. I could even probably say myself. People have already are not considering him a guy that could be a franchise guy and be a guy that could be the best team on a title. And, maybe he's not even thinking that way anymore as a player. I know he still might exude the confidence. Did we use that right, chat? Is that a good word for us? Exude? I don't know if he still exudes the confidence. At least tries to, of a franchise guy, and at least tries to make the quotes and do all that stuff. But I don't even know if he approaches the game the same way that he would if he was doing that. So it's like that phase of his potential career has seemingly passed for a former number 1 overall pick, a guy that you would draft thinking that. So I don't want people to write him off as well, too, as just like, oh, well, talents, he could just never be a contributor to a championship team. Like, again, he had some hype entering the league. You do want to see him achieve some level of success. And seeing him go to the conference finals last year was definitely very enlightening on what kind of basketball ceiling he could reach as a player. Because, again, he was doing it, and you're making a playoff run against the best talent in the league. But they were taking on Jokic, and Towns was a big reason why they were able to take down Jokic the way that they were, and Gobert as well, too. And Gobert makes that crazy fall-away jumper as well, which is really the thing. It's like, it's crazy that Jokic is not going to have 2 rings because Gobert just hit one of the weirdest shots in NBA history. And Rudy Gobert, always messing up everything in NBA history. The one time you actually need him to hit a shot, it's like, no, Rudy, miss it, please. And I know the league was ready to see Ant make that ascension. But Jokic is the best player in the league. Jokic is the all-time guy. Jokic is the top 20 guy of all time. Let's get Jokic his due credit. Let's silence the critics. And I know we can be obviously critical sometimes ourselves, but I like when the critics are silenced. I like when, if we ever say something, maybe that's not necessarily the most positive thing about a player or whatever, I would never say it hoping that the player would continue playing bad or something like that. It's just, as fans, at least for us, like, I feel like everything we'd say is in hope that they could be the best versions of themselves. And if we feel like they're not, and it's just our own frustration in that, or our own hope as well too, that we would want to see a player reach that. And just any person in any walk of life, obviously, but since we're talking about basketball, and since that's what we're watching here, and since most of the time that's what we're criticizing, except for a handful of guys. There are a handful of guys that have hit some shots against San Antonio that, if they were out of the league, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Especially if you've made some money, if you had some, it's like, hey, it's not like I'm wishing you bad luck on your family. You guys are fine. Just invest. Now you have to do some smart investments, It's just a little wrinkle in the plan. The richest player in NBA history didn't even make that much money playing the game. Is it Junior Bridgman? The richest NBA player of all time? I forget what the franchises are, chat, but the man set up like tons of Papa Johns, and now he's loaded. Maybe LeBron's past him, but I think Bridgman's still... No, because LeBron's got a couple of deals as well, too, where maybe he hasn't collected the money on it yet. Because, what's that Nike deal? He's got, the lifetime... It's like $1 billion lifetime deal or something crazy like that. So I don't know if that's already included in a net worth. The accountants in the chat are going to get upset that I don't know how contracts get worked into net worth. But if the future value is not worked in, then maybe Junior Bridgman still has a chance to hold his title as the number 1 richest NBA player. In a lot of contracts and negotiations as well too, it's similar to any type of business deal. Even if you're not in line for a maximum contract. There's still ways to gain leverage, and there's still ways to test the market and see what's available. And, you know, again, every guy's in a different situation. We get that. Maybe sometimes you have to take what's offered to you. But then again, it's, you know, maybe comparing those deals to, you know, what other deals do you have? Wendy's? Then the minimum contract's not so bad. Halliburton has not been as aggressive from, and just in general, I think from a shot-taking standpoint here early in the first quarter. Of course, the unselfish Tyrese Halliburton, but he's a bomber as well. He's unafraid. And it's MSG. I don't know what the celebrity situation is like for tonight. It is a Friday night, so it would seem like a good night for people to pull out. Obviously, we would assume Spike Lee, maybe Friday night. Maybe not. Maybe don't pull it out Friday night. But is that Saturday? I'm not sure. But Spike Lee probably in the crowd. But they got a pretty good sideline shot. I don't know if we need to see the other sideline. Maybe some New York celebrities that we're not aware of. Speaking of celebrities, though, coming up next, when Sam is on the pod, do we have to talk about the celebrity that we encountered today? Maybe we don't want to blow up his spot. Do we want to blow up our spot as well? But there was a potential run-in. So stay tuned as well. Do we have another guest joining us outside of Sam? Who knows? Were me making deals on the side? Not just these NBA players, but coming up next, we got a story time. Somebody wandered into the restaurant. And it happens, you know, when you're amongst the finest establishment in town, you're going to draw the finest clientele. It is what it is, people. I don't know how else to say it, but when you're the best, you're the best. I don't know if we're seeing the best from either of these teams tonight, but the Knicks up by 1, 11-12, as we go under the 5-minute mark here. And Matherin got the start, so no subs so far for either team. But both teams, just in general, being aggressive defensively, running these teams off their spot. Nobody's really able to get much of a good look here so far. I mean, the Knicks just forced a shot clock violation with Anunoby on Halliburton. So this could just be continuing to prove potentially how good Boston is compared to the rest of the league. They are stacked. Their team is playing better. I wish we could multi-view the game, the League Pass game with the national game, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. So with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, let's take a quick in-game pivot over to Magic Nets. We're spotlighting New York sports tonight, people. It's just what it is. And with the World Series is probably about to get underway. Do we have to fire up the illegal stream? Is YouTube going to take us down? Can we say, is illegal stream like a catchword? The AI is going to get us now. It's Fox Sports' own fault for not having a convenient sports streaming setup. I'm assuming Fox is running the World Series, right? This is how out we are on baseball. As just a young guy who just knows where everything is on TV just kind of naturally. Like, you don't even look stuff up. You just know. You're just like, what channel is that on? Oh, yeah, it's on that channel. It's always been over there. I just like, is baseball still on Fox? I think. Ben Simmons, with a full head of steam, quickly passes the ball to Cam Thomas. He's not getting it back, and it's because Cam Thomas turns it over. Not because Cam Thomas gets the shot. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, another just hustler as well too. So maybe, again, when you're playing small and you're trying to make up for that size and the rebounding and stuff like that, the Magic push the lead to 10 and the Nets are forced to take a timeout. You know, maybe not everybody necessarily crashing the glass is a, you know, you don't necessarily need that for everybody to be successful. Like if you have two guys like Paolo and Anthony Black making an effort at the rim to get the rebound, and if it gets batted around out there, well, you get a guy like KCP that if that ball gets tapped back out, he's going to be running around and hustling and be ready to get that offensive rebound and not necessarily, you know, being lethargic or running back and trying to cherry pick on offense or whatever. Just always heads up, trying to make a play for the basketball. So the activity of their lineups, especially with Suggs, if you're running like a Suggs, because I guess you could play all three of those guards together. Now, Anthony Black's shooting, and then that would be really reliant on whether or not KCP and Jalen Suggs are hitting a consistent rate as well too. But if they are, which I mean they are both capable of, they both now have been 40% three-point shooters in their careers at various seasons. I'm pretty sure Jalen Suggs was 40% last year, right? KCP, notable good three-point shooter. One of our favorite role guys here on the Rem and Sam podcast. Obviously, for Suggs' career, he is at 33%, but last year he was at 39.7%. So we hate to be picky. We're not trying to be, you know, too strict with the rules, but I guess technically he's not a 40% three-point shooter. You have to draw the line somewhere, and he's either at 40% or he's not, but he's basically at a 40% three-point shooting level is, you know, the bigger picture with him being at the 39.7 number. So if he's hitting consistently and only 1 for 2 in that game against the Heat, but 50%. So if we're giving him the benefit of the doubt, we can say, I guess, technically he's 50% from the three-point line this year. So if both those guys are hitting, then you can get away with Anthony Black, maybe not necessarily having outside range. And Paolo as well, too, when he's getting confident. He dribbled into a couple threes where the defense was going under the screen, and his decisiveness on, oh, well, they're going under, where he's almost dribbling and pulling up as the defense is like under. He doesn't even need to go and complete. He's like, yeah, well, I'm just going to pull up right here. The defense has started going under. They've already given me enough space. Just go ahead and pull a three and take it. And there was a couple of aggressive sag-offs as well, too. But if his range is out there, like, they could still put up good shooting lineups with having a rookie like there. Anthony Black subbed out as we near the end of the quarter here. Is this a double big lineup with Paolo? And is this Paolo, Mo, and Wendell Carter? All three centers? And Paolo is too much of a ball handler and too good of a playmaker as well, too. He's never going to be considered a center. But, I mean, he could very well have a Giannis-y type, maybe not even type play, because, again, he can maybe do a little more from a jab step, triple threat type thing at the top of the key. But with his size and his aggressiveness and his just ability to overpower people driving to the rim, and Giannis started, and Paolo not starting off as skinny as Giannis, clearly, but with the way Giannis was a little more perimeter oriented early in his career, and he can still start from the three-point line and get some momentum, get downhill, get a layup, but he's mostly trying to get his looks at the rim, and you're not really bringing him in there to be point Giannis anymore as well, too, either, where that was kind of a hypothetical path at one point for him, was like, he's actually kind of like a point forward, like a big skinny point guard. But I mean, now he's like fully a center or a power forward, if anything. And part of that is the modern day shooting thing as well. But, you know, he's fully a big man at this point, where Paolo, and we don't want to get lazy here and just start saying LeBron, and we don't want to start getting disrespectful and saying Ben Simmons either, but we get what we're saying with that big wing that can play make. Maybe he could be that, but maybe he could be even. I think he's going to be bigger. He's taller than LeBron. He's got to be taller than LeBron. And he's thicker now than LeBron was at this age. So if he continues to get stronger, and I know LeBron entered the league at 18 as well. What's Paolo right now? Paolo is 20. Paolo had to take that year in college. So he's 21. Paolo turns 22 the week after the election. So man, we go start of the NBA, Halloween, election, and then Paolo's birthday. Kind of a crazy run here in October to November. So do we need to look up 21-year-old LeBron and get a this is crazy, a 21-year-old LeBron to get a body comparison? But he's definitely more stacked. Well, I mean, LeBron was definitely, again, he's so young when he entered the league. And I don't even know, when's his birthday? December? So he gets drafted he turns 18 in December and then gets drafted. And then, so he's almost 19, by the time that rookie season starts around. But what would that have been? Like the 2007 season? 2006? So 2006 LeBron. Oh, no. 2006 LeBron was definitely hitting the roids at this point. Not to the power forwards levels that he is now, but you can tell he'd been in the weight room, working out. Man, the nostalgia of going back to this LeBron era, this young LeBron, this young whippersnapper flying around, dunking on people, leading an improbable team to the finals. But even with the weight that I think he was able to put on here, let's even go 2007 just to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt, because I didn't see what age 21 season was in. I mean, LeBron's always been super strong as well, too. And I guess, for a kid, he was obviously bigger, not necessarily comparing him to the older guys in the NBA. But I think Paolo is definitely thicker. Paolo's got a little more meat on the bone. Pause. Like, you see him next to Kobe, and he's bigger than Kobe, but he's taller than Kobe. I don't know if he's necessarily, BMI much bigger than Kobe at 6'8" versus Kobe at 6'6", like in this 2000. Assuming this picture here just online is actually from the 2007 season, but this would either be like that or 2008, 2009, regardless. Kobe and LeBron, man. Good times. Does the YouTube AI, did Kobe and LeBron, did that win it back? Did it put it back up? Should we get a score update for the World Series? We don't even have to. It's 0-0. They don't score in baseball. There's no scoring in baseball. Bleacher Report doesn't even want to give me the baseball score. It's just like you're not interested. Top of the first. 0 outs. 2 pitches in. Bleacher Report says Flattery is pitching and Torres is batting, but we're so far off it from being baseball fans that I don't even know which team it is. It doesn't clarify. Bleacher Report just assumes if you're looking at the baseball scores, you know where Flattery and Torres play for. But unfortunately, we don't. We'll have to go to the box score. Okay, the Dodgers up to bat, or up to the pitch first. Yankees up to bat. So Torres hitting leadoff for the Yankees? Is this the batting order here on Bleacher Report? Look at this. We don't even know how to read a baseball box score. Do they list the guys in the batting order? So is it Torres, Soto, Judge, Stanton, Chisholm, Rizzo? Soto, Judge, and Stanton, 2, 3, and 4? No wonder the Yankees are in the World Series. Those are like 3 of the 5 guys that we know in baseball. Batting back to back to back. Obviously, Ohtani on the Dodgers. Mookie Betts. Makes sense that they're in the World Series as well. Is baseball just like the other sports? Do the stars matter? Because I thought that was the thing with baseball, right? The stars didn't matter. So is that how bad the Angels are? Like, do they actually need to be ended as a franchise? Like, I was trying to think of a term to not, like, do we burn it down? You know, do we axe it? Like, what's the proper way to say it? I don't want to start getting I don't want to pick beef with the Anaheim people here, but how do you not even make the playoffs with Ohtani? And I don't want to start looking into the wins and the win percentage and start assuming what's what, but I mean, to be as irrelevant as they were with Trout and Ohtani, where maybe the depth and, you know, a guy like Fataport, you know, would be able to jump in and explain this much better. But, uh-oh, people. Uh-oh. The time has come. Sam has joined us. The return of the Rem and Sam pod has arrived. So let's take a quick break. Let's get Sam in on the Zoom call, and we will be right back in 1 second. Don't go anywhere. We got him mid-shoe, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. The man with the spaghetti, Samson Kamani. The Rem and Sam podcast. Any games? What games you got going on? What games are you jumping in the middle of here? The World Series? Are you watching baseball this time of year? It's been so long. I don't know how much you've changed since the last time we spoke.
Well, I have heard about the crazy amount of events happening in LA. There's like 4 or 5 other concerts going on, basketball games. It's insane. Like
I need to go to LA. The fact that there's that much going on and all those arenas are probably going to be sold out is crazy. Everything is booked, right?
Of course. I mean, it's the 2 biggest teams in the game, in the sport. So, former New York team and the LA Dodgers, storied franchise, finally being in it with Shohei Ohtani against, Aaron Judge, who has been kind of this rising star, but like never really broke through to the World Series to, really challenge for it. And now you got Judge against Ohtani. Like, for one, is baseball back? We got the 2 biggest stars in the sport going against each other. I don't know.
Judge is one of the few guys that is, I don't know where he stacks up in terms of actual baseball talent. Like, the baseball people in the chat would have to tell us where he ranks for players. Know, chat. Yeah, chat, drop like a player ranking real quick and tell us where Aaron Judge is at. But in terms of popularity, like you're saying, he's absolutely one of the first couple of guys that I think of when I think of baseball players. And I feel like he's one of the few mainstream guys, well, as 2 that casual sports fans just generally know his name. And I don't really know why. I mean, obviously he's a great player, so that's part of it. And he's had historic runs for the home runs. But he has been able to make a little bit more of a wave than most. Like, Tatis was a guy like this for the Padres. Fernando Tatis, I feel like he was kind of breaking into the mainstream a little bit, but then he got some suspension, some injury stuff, I think happened with him. But like, Juan Soto's also on this Yankees team, and I know Fataport has always raved about Juan Soto, and I've had, the baseball people in my life always talk about how good he is. Like, I don't know if he's better than Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge, is like by far the most popular person on that team. So yeah, an absolute win for baseball to have those 2 guys just in terms of the players that they want in there. But I don't know. Is it enough for me to try to watch it? Like, I generally am interested in the World Series anyways. So I don't, like, are you more interested in the World Series because of these stars? Because I don't know if I am. Like, I guess I am because of Ohtani. I guess Ohtani would be the reason.
Ohtani, yeah. I will say Aaron Judge not having an opportunity like this to reach the big stage.
So this is his first time?
There. Yeah, I think that's his first time. He's made a couple conference. That's what I was reading on their little preview. He's made a couple conference series, but yeah, to finally make it to the World Pennant. Is that what you call it? World something pennant? I don't know. World Series.
Roast him, chat.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, no, that's kind of the last echelon, and for him to go against Ohtani, I mean, the MLB's been dying for like superstar matchups, and it's just tough as a sport for that to happen just because of how the game's played. The stars don't play every single game, like they don't really go up head to head. But Ohtani, if he's pitching, it could be literally him against against I don't know why I keep forgetting his Aaron Judge. And we kind of saw a sliver of this with the Japan game, with Japan and USA in the final of the World Baseball Championship, where Ohtani threw out Mike Trout, right? Am I wild? Was that? Yeah. And so like that's kind of, that game kind of gives a taste of, okay, like, this can be, with a star like Ohtani, who can be both arguably maybe the best or most talented baseball player to step on the diamond, but to have him pitching and then against, potential, really great hitters makes for really good drama and makes it for, really good duel. And, I think there's some nostalgia, people, there's a good enough number of people who want baseball to be interesting and baseball to be back. And guess what? Baseball's back.
Do you think that these like hated sports franchises could reach a point where like the other fans feel bad for them? Like, do you think other people feel bad for the Yankees that they haven't? Because I was listening
No.
to Bill Simmons' pod where he had his friend on there talking about the fact that the Yankees haven't been in the World Championship in 15 years, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, that actually is like a long time to not be in any kind of competitive situation. Like the Cowboys past any of that where it's like if they won a title, it wouldn't be like a, it's like, oh yeah, Dak, he's kind of been through a lot. He's been through the ringer a little bit. Maybe it's actually time that he got one. Like the Lakers have won one recently, but do you think that these teams can like flip if they get desperate too long?
No, I think there is maybe room for that, but like it's situational. So like the Cowboys, no, because of Jerry Jones. I mean, and then of course, you have the photos coming out with him being racist, and then he's out here on radio interviews talking about taking people's jobs. Like that's not a very good look. And so when you have someone so obstinate like him, they're always being televised, they're always given such a big stage, and Dak keeps choking and stuff. But mostly because of Jerry Jones and how unlikable he is and what a big personality he is, it makes it tough for general public to like him. I could see like this year's Duke team. Duke, I think could be. I think Coach K, like he did a good enough what was it, like good enough kind of car wash of the team like near the end of the years that they become less hated. I mean, there was a point Duke was like insanely hated, and now I think they're kind of fun, cool, like Zion. Like everyone was cheering for Duke with Zion, and now you got Cooper Flag, and then someone's gonna bring up the stat. Oh, it's been this many years since they've been in the Final Four. Blah, blah, blah. Like they're doing it for Coach K. So I think Duke could definitely do it. And I don't know. The Yankees are kind of indifferent. I think there's just so many Yankee fans who are strongly Yankee fans, and it's like kind of annoying and stuff. Like I don't think there's as much Duke basketball fandom out there as much as Yankees. So, yeah, I mean I think it's mostly the fans and the owner for the Cowboys situation around the sport more than the actual players on the diamond that determine if the opinion about them changes in the public or not.
No, that's true. Jerry Jones definitely makes this like an unrootable. Jerry Jones is not the type of guy you want to root for, but the Duke team, I think you might be right. That might be kind of sneaky, a team that everybody likes. And it's also kind of like, I don't know if these one and done powerhouse teams that are actually, and maybe this team's not good. I guess we're kind of just chalking it up to be good, but.
Oh, they're good. Yeah. They've already played games.
They're good. They're going to be a good team. So have they played regular season games?
I don't know. Early college basketball, like regular season college basketball, is hard to keep track of.
Yeah, it's like just now, starting to get underway.
Oh, yeah. I think they played. There was a game. I know I saw a game. Maybe it was just a scrimmage.
Really,
yeah,
like
they start November 4th. I don't know, but I saw like a video of Cooper Flag getting a block or something.
But that kind of ability to assemble that much talent, like that feels like it almost is old school now as well too. I know the recruiting all the one and dones is not, but that team, you're right, is super likable. And the Boozer twins as well. I think the amount of American talent is going underrated. Everybody's talking about this international boom and how is America going to keep up with the amount of international talent? And I get, once you open it up to the whole world, it is like, just the math of that. America is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage there. But, I mean, we've got Cooper Flag. We've got the Boozer twins. We've got Ace Bailey. I mean, you sent me that post where the Spurs got Ace Bailey and Cooper Flag in the draft.
Yeah.
With the 1 and 2 picks. And Ace Bailey might be a guy that contends for the number 1 overall pick with the way he plays. We'll have to see. What kind of hot takes get out there. But I think there's a really great push here of American talent that's kind of underway, and it's being underrated by the fact that right now there is a handful of international players that are really dominating the league, but I don't think it's going to be this sustained, continued thing of American basketball. And I know people aren't going to say it's fall off, but like the fact that like we haven't won an MVP in a while, it's like, well, yeah, we've got Edwards on the way, and yeah, the international thing has Wemby, but I mean, Flag's another guy that could be in that MVP conversation, and just with all these other guys that I mentioned, like those could be all NBA guys as well too. So I think the American talent is right on pace with the international talent, and to be honest, I think it's kind of right there as well too. Like, I mean, Tatum is dominating this year. One game in, but I guess I'm projecting out a little bit. But
MVP, yeah.
I mean, Tatum is potentially going to dominate the league this year. He just won the title, and maybe you're right. Tatum might be our first, American MVP guy. Again, Anthony Edwards is on the horizon, so I think the American basketball talent right now, the American basketball pool is getting a little bit too much crap for the amount of the fact that like the MVPs have won the last couple of times. Like, it's a little bit of a stretch here, but it doesn't mean that the international guys are going to just start washing the American guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, we won the gold medal. It's close, but
yeah, we still got it.
I think right now with the Americans, we're in the middle of two generations, obviously. I mean, you look at like players kind of in the middle, like Jimmy Butler. I mean, you're trying to think like who's in between. I don't know too much. Like, if there was maybe like Anthony Davis. I'm trying to think
Davis.
of like 2013, 2012 drafts. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, yeah, Booker
was like 14.
Yeah, but we haven't had really any like super.
Clay would have been like 2011. Kawhi would have been 2011.
Yeah, but like transcendent players,
Harden,
number one options. Yeah, I guess Curry. Curry technically is in there.
Blake.
But I think we're definitely in between generations, and I mean, you look at some of the recent talent that was supposed to reach that level, like Ja Morant and Zion, and they've had setbacks. They've had their own individual setbacks. And Anthony Edwards, we've seen, now, especially with Minnesota, he definitely gets he'll definitely get the ball a lot more with Cat gone on offense. So I think he'll take a step. I think Tatum will take a step because now being a champion, it changes you. What players always say is once you get that first one, it's just, it just changes you as a player. There's a new confidence. Like no one can say you're not a champion. So I think it's going to do Tatum a world of good having that confidence boost. And yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I think everyone has kind of wanted Tatum. Like, I know in the documentary, he's talked about how, it's not good for the team sometimes for him to be the 32 a game scorer. Well, I think we as fans definitely want to see that 32 a game. And, if he can sustain that on, the best team in the league, because I think the Celtics are going to be the best again. I don't see any reason why there wouldn't be. OKC's got some argument maybe, but I don't.
But you're right. The Celtics have that championship already. I mean, they've already got the belt.
Yeah, we'll see. I would be very surprised if he's not at least a top 3 candidate. Wasn't he last year? Let me see here.
Was he third? He would have been first team All NBA, but I don't think he was.
Yeah, he was definitely first team All NBA.
Was he second team All NBA? Because it would have been Luka. It was Luka, Jokic, and Shea, right? 1, 2, 3. And then
he was first team. Giannis and him.
Him and Giannis last year. Giannis got on over Brunson. Was Brunson on second team?
Yeah, NBA first team. Let me see.
Because Brunson would have been in the mix as well too for first team. And yeah, you're right. Giannis was probably on first team as well.
So it was. Yeah, it was Tatum, Jokic, SGA, Doncic, and Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it was. So
yeah. Brunson was the second team. Yeah.
Davis, Durant, Edwards, and Kawhi as well too.
Yeah.
On the second team.
Because Brunson's crazy start was like the second half of the year last year. Like, it wasn't all year that he was playing insane.
And it was kind of a breakout performance as well too. A lot of those guys.
Yeah.
There's some sustained success there as well. But, Paolo's an American guy as well too, right? We claim him. He's born and raised American. He learned his basketball on American soil. So if he wins the MVP, do we need How many guys right now do you think?
Paolo winning MVP. That's crazy.
How many guys do you think right now could win the MVP? Do we need to do that? Is Paolo in the mix? Do you think
Yeah,
Paolo
we
could
could
win the
talk
MVP of the
about it.
league at some point in his career? Does he have MVP of the league ceiling to you?
No,
rich?
I think he's very close. He's very
almost
close.
there. Okay.
Shout out to LaMelo Ball being #1 right now in the NBA MVP award tracker.
Whoa.
Mobley at 8, right? After
Who's
one
doing
game.
The tracker? Is that a guy? Or is that a stat?
Basketball Reference.
Basketball Reference has LaMelo at #1.
Yep. Wait, let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't know why.
There?
Yeah, I have the list. I was just trying to look at last year's finalists. But here I can pull up. So it's LaMelo, Tatum. I saw Tatum at 2. Let me see if I can see. AD at 3, Trae Young, Chet Holmgren, Paolo at 6, Curry at 7, Evan Mobley at 8, Giannis at 9, and Damian Lillard at 10. So everyone's, and this is after one game for everyone except for Tatum.
So Chet over Shea.
After one game, yeah.
Which, if you're kind of factoring in how Shea shot in that game, and he's getting dogged for his efficiency, like Chet was outstanding defensively in that Nuggets game. And I fell asleep for about halfway through the third quarter. So granted, I went back and watched some of the highlights to end it there, but he was flying around, getting some blocks.
Yeah.
Really being active. So that's not totally surprising to see that bear out whatever kind of number that is. But your boy LaMelo, could he win the MVP of the league?
Yeah, I didn't stick around for your answer to the question yesterday about Charles Lee developing him. Could LaMelo take a step this year if he stays healthy? I don't see him getting worse.
Do we need to do like a team of the year? Have you thought about your team of the year yet at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Charlotte's tough. Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about doing it in team of the year.
They don't even have they don't have MJ anymore. New owners.
Yeah, that's true. That's
LaMelo,
true.
Charles Lee.
Are we all in on Charles Lee?
I'm kind of buying stock.
Let me see. The Trailblazers are rough.
My take is right now, is Udoka going to be worse than his assistants? Mazzulla just won the title. Will Hardy
just had great quotes.
Will Hardy's going to be the reason that the Jazz don't get Cooper Flag. And then Charles Lee is, potentially going to have a great season here with the Hornets, just in terms of the standard that we set for him. If he passes those expectations, he could really get some favorable opinions generated about his ability as a head coach. So maybe if we do a head coaching ranking at some point in the season, maybe there's a world where in the various portions of the rankings, like Udoka's the fourth guy of those 4 guys from his former staff.
Yeah, looking at all the teams, like outside of the Cavs, I probably would put the Hornets, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, you like the Cavs?
Ben Simmons' resurgence. Yeah, Cavs are going to be great, man. At least in the regular season. Like, their defense is insane. Evan Mobley,
that's true. You got a lot of Mobley.
He's on a rise. Yeah, Mobley's on it.
But the Rust Belt, I don't know, just something about the Rust Belt. I never like watching games in the Rust. So, I don't know if I want to say this live. Sorry, chat, to the Rust Belt, but
oh gosh,
I gotta say, if we're ranking regions of the United States, I don't know how high the Rust Belt would rank out there.
Jeez, what are you doing them like that for?
Cincinnati, Cleveland, all of them.
Trying to think who else could pop this year.
But I am kind of sneaky in on this Hornets team. This might be a team that I really like. And obviously the jerseys are so great. Anytime there's a fun player, you want him to be good just so you can get their jersey. But this might actually be like a playoff team. Could this team make the playoffs?
Play in? I think they could make a play in. As long as LaMelo stays healthy, the bottom of the East is kind of so bad that I really don't see a way they might not make they could really make the playoffs. Because
there's only 5 teams that you would say. I guess there is probably 6 teams that you'd put in the playoffs if you put the Celtics.
I mean, you have the Celtics, yeah.
Celtics, Bucks,
Bucks.
Sixers, Knicks, and then Magic, Heat. And then the Pacers would
Heat?
be 7.
Are they Heat and the 76ers a lock? Embiid's playing every other minute,
Well,
and
just to
Paul
go-
George, isn't he already hurt?
Well, just to go worst case scenario for the Hornets, though. Just to say if everybody's doing good, to see how tough it could be.
Oh, yeah.
That would put you at 7. But even still,
And
like you're
you
saying with the
need
play-in,
out
you
of
need
10
3 more
spots,
teams.
yeah. Yeah.
And those are the only 7 teams that I would feel not
Yeah.
great about arguing about them being better or worse than the Hornets. But outside of that, I think the Hornets are clearly better than all the other teams. Is there another team that I'm not thinking of? I guess, yeah, Ben Simmons is awesome.
No.
But the rest of the Nets, I don't think are great enough for, even if Ben Simmons is
Yeah.
awesome, he's not going to
No, they're
propel
not
that
even
team
close.
to the 10 seed.
Yeah. I'm just worried about the 76ers because I have a bad feeling this season could go
Yeah.
real bad real quick. I mean, I love Tyrese Maxey, but like he's not winning games on his own.
Trade Paul George
and then
back
the
to the
Heat,
Clippers.
yeah, I don't know. The Heat.
Can we
Maybe.
get Terrence Mann for him?
But yeah, no, you're right. The Knicks, the Celtics, yeah, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to get into the top 10 of teams in the East.
Yeah, that's crazy with the fact that the play-in now is 10. Can we
Yeah.
lock that in? What are their playoff odds right now? They might be like a 2. I guess playoff odds would be they would have to win the play-in games, or win the play-in games to
Yeah.
actually advance and be the 7 or 8 seed. But the Hornets versus like the Pacers in a 1-game elimination. Who do you like more between LaMelo and Halliburton right now?
Interesting. Well, watching Halliburton right now, he's kind of cooking, but they're losing. Their defense is equally bad.
I know that's why it's kind of.
Right.
They both shoot a lot of threes and they don't play defense.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can see LaMelo making a push there. The Raptors 2-1. So the Hornets right now plus 120 to make the East play-in. The Magic are 2-1. Oh, I guess because they would just be a playoff team in general. But plus 120 might be the best it is.
Seth Curry and Brandon Miller. I mean, Seth Curry's going to be great still. I think Brandon Miller, we could see a jump from him. And Saloon, their draft pick, first rounder. I've heard really good things about him.
I liked him in the draft. Yeah, he's fun. French guy.
The best French guy in the draft?
This year?
Alex Sarr was getting cooked by Tatum.
Yeah, but I mean, Tatum was cooking everybody on the Knicks. Tatum was cooking on Anunoby.
Yeah,
You just said Tatum might win the MVP, so.
Yeah,
Sarr.
sure. Grant Williams, though, off the bench. I mean,
I liked his minutes.
him as a starter is really annoying, but him off the bench, though.
He played good in that
Cody
game. He ended
Martin.
up finishing the game for him.
Yeah, hit a big 3.
Yeah, he hit a huge 3. I was like, Grant Williams, don't take it. And then he made it.
Yeah, he made it, yeah. Taj Gibson, what?
What?
Didn't he retire? I'm seeing Taj Gibson here.
There's
What
no
the
way.
heck?
Why is he not on the Knicks? Why does Thibodeau not have him? Taj
That's
Gibson on
funny.
the Hornets? As an assistant coach?
Yeah. No, 39-year-old Taj Gibson.
He's in the front office,
He
you're
played
saying?
for them last year. No, he played for them last year. He's still in the league.
Man, Taj Gibson.
Crazy.
Is he trying to work for that
Veteran.
pension or whatever?
Nah, he's a veteran presence. He's on that what was that guy on the Heat?
The Haslam?
Yeah, Donna's spot.
The UD Haslam?
But yeah, anyway, all that to say, Josh Green had some good minutes with the Mavs. I always liked him.
And he's on the Hornets?
Yeah, he's there.
Whoa, how many minutes did he
Starter
play in that last game? I don't remember seeing him out there.
Let me see here.
Josh Green? I love Josh Green.
Yeah. Are they playing right now? It feels like every team in the league.
Yeah, true. They are underway. I'm losing track of all these games. I'm not getting hired for Red Zone anytime soon.
No, they're playing Atlanta. Yeah.
I literally haven't kept track of a single game.
I was watching the Pacers one, but unsurprisingly, their lack of defense getting them stomped on the road.
Yeah, the Pacers are getting destroyed. The one game that I got stuck on is the game that's not close. The Knicks are now blowing out the Pacers. Pause. But The Hornets versus the Hawks. Oh, 58-62 at the half. Your boy LaMelo.
I
Oh, your boy
know.
LaMelo, 18.
Woo!
5 for 12. Is that MVP tracker live?
Fuego. Miles Bridges, 15 points, and that's all he did.
Yeah, -10 for the game somehow.
Wow.
And he's shooting the ball well.
Wow, they're doing decent. I'm telling you, they're doing their thing. DeAndre Hunter, is he back? 16, 4, and 12.
Hunter's
This
got
game could be
16.
good.
Okay, is this the game of the day? I think we might be locking in on
Yeah, I think
Hornets.
after the halftime. Right now, Nets Magic, 1 point game.
And
That's third.
just to update the baseball people in the chat, top of the third, it's some riveting action over here in the World Series, 0-0.
Wild. What if it's just like a 0-0 game for like forever and then
Just like a normal
they go
baseball
like
game,
10.
just like a typical boring baseball game where nothing ever happens.
Same old, same old.
Who's carrying? I think the only people that watch baseball are the ladies right now, right? Baseball is like kind of weirdly become a lady sport. Is that a hot take?
Interesting. That is kind of a hot take. I haven't heard that one before.
I think baseball is for the ladies.
Interesting. Going to the games, I do agree. I did not like me going to the games, but taking
No,
ladies
like
to the
you're
games.
saying the people attending the games. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think NFL, you get a little too much tailgating people, like people getting super drunk,
Yeah.
like
The tailgating people. That's a great term.
tailgating.
Everybody knows a
people who-
tailgating person.
Well, like people, Jim from work who's going crazy, jumping through tables,
Yeah.
Smashing 10 beers before he gets in. Like,
Which way is the tailgating guy vote? I feel like
it might be both ways because they might be dressing really well at work the next day.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of these guys lead double lives, but
Exactly. And then basketball is all indoors, which isn't bad, but it can get like really, really loud. But like baseball, you're outdoors, it's slow pace, you can go in or out, it's kind of makes sense. Like it's a lot of stoppages, so, and usually it's during warm weather, it's cheap, it's like 182 games. Like, and that's another thing is that it's 182 games, so it doesn't really matter most of the time. And,
this guy.
So I do agree.
This guy doing the skills challenge at this halftime looks like one of the dishwashers in our kitchen.
Yikes. Maybe it is.
It might be. I don't know. Did he go down here for this game?
But all that to say, scouting report is if you gotta take a lady out to a professional game, take her out to a baseball game, because definitely not NHL too, because you're literally slamming guys into ice. It's kind of cold because it's an ice rink.
Hockey's also a lady sport.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I wouldn't take them out to hockey.
You wouldn't take a lady out to a hockey game?
No, they're slamming bodies into each other, and then it's cold.
I think hockey would be the number 2 lady sport. I think it'd be baseball 1, hockey 2.
Maybe 2. I don't know. It's so loud with that horn, though. I think a basketball too, because I feel like the awareness of rules in basketball is definitely higher than like hockey, and I feel, that horn.
The girls are into the physicality, though.
Maybe, I don't know. I just think the horn is super loud.
Like they like UFC as well too.
Do they?
I think
Who
so.
are we surveying?
Are these Midwest chicks off the chain?
Are
these chicks just unhinged?
Ooh,
They're just into combat sports and hockey.
Lord.
You might be right, honestly. That now that I say that,
I mean, think about it. Like,
that is definitely a Midwest chick, bro.
If we're going according to stereotypes, like,
bro,
it makes a lot more sense. They wouldn't want to be in an area where there's a freaking foghorn every time someone scores, and they're literally slamming each other into the wall.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been turned. I've like, I'm not like, I'm not saying that I've. I've never been. There's never been a girl that has turned me down for going to a hockey game. I'm not saying like, when it's presented as like we've got to go do something. Let's go to a hockey game.
Yeah.
It's always been a good idea. So again, I don't know if
Okay, maybe you're right.
but it's
How many times has it worked? Like twice or?
no, like a couple times. I mean, there's not a ton of things to
Oh,
do here, so
oh,
like, you know, it's on the
well,
list of like,
that's
are we
also
live? Cut this out. But
oh Lord.
but I'm saying a hockey game in my experience is a nice time, and I think I don't know if the chat agrees with me on that, but I wouldn't be shocked if it does.
Chat,
so.
let us know.
Yeah, what are the best sports to take a lady to? Best type of sporting events. But if you're a celebrity in LA tonight, you're going to the World Series out of all the events.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because you just got to go to the World
Well,
Series, right?
yeah, maybe over a concert. I don't know.
Do you know who's playing? Who decided to book a concert across from the World Series?
There's like 4 concerts going on.
But the ones in the big
It's
big
crazy.
arenas, though.
Yeah, like anyway.
The fact that you could book an arena in general means you're doing something right. But if you're booking it against the World Series, you've got to be going kind of crazy. Let's see, does anybody have a report on what the actual concerts are? Because we know what the sporting events are. But Pink Floyd? Just down the street from the Intuit Dome. Somebody from Pink Floyd. So a solo member of Pink Floyd. And then somebody from ELO. So this is a group I'm not familiar with. I don't know if ELO is a common or a modern group or... Oh, Electric Light Orchestra? Oh, okay. So yeah, who doesn't know the Electric Light Orchestra? Absolutely. So definitely not any of the new timers going up against the World Series, but definitely a couple of powerhouses. Pink Floyd and the Electric Light Orchestra.
I knew there was something going on. I knew there was something.
Yeah.
There was something. Also,
so would you pick Pink Floyd or the World Series?
I mean, I'm not necessarily too much of a Pink Floyd fan, but I can understand why. Yeah, I get cut. Also, shout out to USAU Club, Ultimate Club Frisbee. Nationals is happening right now too.
Whoa.
Yeah, Nationals is ongoing.
On UFA?
No, it's the club, like club team.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like where, I don't know, for some reason it's like all the players, like sometimes there's some college teams and stuff, but yeah, it's where it's just crazy. Yeah, a lot of team ups happening this year and all that jazz. But the San Francisco Revolver, men's team from Revolver, loaded up with some great players from local colleges, and we're in the semifinals, due to play tomorrow. So we'll see. Baby Revolver, they won like 3 or 4 years in a row in the early 2010s. So maybe a return to form with glory. Who knows?
What's the line for that game? Do you know who's favored? Are the Revolver the better team?
Yeah, against Pony, the New York team, which is actually coming in as the 10th seed. They're coming in 10th seed because they lost a lot of players, including Jeff Babbitt, whose team got knocked out today by Chicago. So Chicago, also Machine, is in the semifinal playing against Oregon Rhino Slam. And then SF Revolver is playing Pride of New York or Pony. So
it's kind of like
semifinals. I think they're on ESPN Plus.
Oh, let me actually go see if it's over there.
ESPN 3. Well, they're not playing right now. They're playing tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But yeah, they did play. You want to see it? It's on Ultiworld. Shout out.
It's kind of funny that it's like UConn, where UConn can go into the tournament as a 10 seed, but just because it's this historic franchise, it's like, of course they're going to make the run and make it to the tournament. Like Pony, of course, the 1 year they're the 10 seed, they're still in the semifinals. They don't even have Babbitt.
Of course.
Babbitt Ewing theory?
Also, San Francisco Fury, the #1 women's team in the nation, also in the semifinals, handling business, undefeated so far. So that's ongoing. Shout out Fury. I'm trying.
trying to remember which team. I know someone on one of these women's teams, but I can't remember what. But shout out Dubs. Women's Iowa women's head coach. She's on one of these national women's teams, so shout out.
Wait, Lisa Bluter's on a women's team?
No, not quite. Not quite.
I was haven't paying attention. You said Iowa women's coach.
Yeah, for Iowa's women's frisbee team.
So you not Lisa Bluter?
No, not Lisa Bluter. It's Dubs. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you also don't.
But Bluter's available if somebody wants her.
Is she really?
Well, she's not coaching the team anymore. She retired.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she did retire. That's true.
So she's got a little free time on her hands.
I was like, no more. No more. Chicago Nemesis. That's the team she's on. Let me see if I can find out how they did. Lots of Chicago teams.
Shout out Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, I was just watching a special from a guy
they got stomped
that filmed it in Chicago.
And
this guy was actually in the restaurant today.
Who did it happen to be?
I told you about this when it happened, but
yeah, you did.
I guess I don't know if he's our boy. Are you a big Gabriel Iglesias guy at all?
No. I mean, I haven't really watched him. I'm not gonna act like I'm a fan or something.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like, I would definitely consider myself a stand-up fan. Like, I love a lot of comedians, but unfortunately, I just haven't really seen a ton of his specials. But shout out to the guy. He was in town today, performed in the arena, stopped by the restaurant, decided to. I guess the man needed to eat. You know, he's trying to eat, but
gotta eat.
Shout out in town. And the minute I got off work, I was like, okay, I got to give him a chance. It's been long enough. And obviously, I haven't watched him because it's not like he's not funny. It's just, sometimes you just don't get around to watching a certain guy. It's just, sometimes it just happens. There's certain things there's certain great TV shows that we've never watched. It's not because I've never thought that they're a great TV show. It's just because it's never happened that I watched it. So I made sure to go home and throw on one of the Gabriel Iglesias. I just watched the first Netflix special that he did, and did it in Chicago. And he did like the opening 5 minutes on this chocolate shake that they serve at one of the restaurants in Chicago called Portillo's, which the region of the Midwest that we're in, it's like, Chicago is kind of like the big mecca for this area. So Portillo's is still
there's a Portillo's in that area.
Yeah, so Portillo's is like pretty famous all around the Midwest. And have you ever been there?
Do you like Portillo's? No, I don't like them.
I gotta be honest.
In the Quad Cities. Yeah.
It's overrated. I don't know if we want to just, sever ties with Portillo's people like that, but
good.
I'm willing to beef with the Portillo's people because
I'm willing.
I'm not going into any of the restaurants ever.
Yeah, me neither. I've gone once or twice, and it's just like super greasy, not great. Also, quick aside, Juwan Howard did not know he was an assistant coach on the Nets, but he's playing against his son, or coaching against his son on the Magic, Jet Howard.
Wow, so that's probably why Jet Howard's not playing tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely it. That's definitely why.
Just wait till he gets unleashed.
Yeah, just wait. Incoming.
Because they could use him for the shooting against some certain matchups. I mean, if Sam Howard's is on the court, Jet Howard can't be out there in the Sam Hauser minutes.
Also, while this game's in the break and while Hornets is still at halftime, some other news on the pod over this past weekend. Your boy Sam did get engaged. I got engaged to
yes. Just dropping that in there.
Friend of the pod, Naya, of course, a girlfriend, and
Bravo.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah,
congratulations. Big news.
Yes. No, that does not. Yeah, it doesn't mean the pod's getting quit anytime soon. We'll still be in and out. Rem, of course, holding it down. Shout out. We just saw a milestone. We hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Shout out to the fam.
Putting in work. The lives, I think, are working. I think the lives
are in. I think YouTube loves the lives. When I was like putting comments in the lives and like people would join and stuff. So the lives are the move. We're seeing the love, and so shout out to Rem. But yes, planning to get married in the next year, so we're real excited.
Sam's an old man now.
You know, we're
Old
getting
man
old.
Sam.
We're getting old.
He's decided
Jeez.
to commit to married life.
Yep.
He's-
Yep.
He's decided he's going to move out to the suburbs, settle
Yep.
down,
Sign
get a
the
nice...
sign the lifetime contract.
Sign the
Yep.
contract. Get the nice little house and the fence.
Yep.
Do the whole thing. But it's going to be fun. Do you guys like know what the... Have you even started thinking about it yet? Like the plans or anything?
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
is
No,
that
we've
the kind
been
of thing you
looking at
start
places,
planning?
doing stuff.
Like, are you
Yeah,
planning
you
that
have to.
before you even start, like, you know, even getting into proposals and stuff like that? Do you even have stuff that you're already thinking about?
Yeah. No, I was swirling around, figuring it out. But yeah, no, plans are getting solidified. Doing the visits and
I feel like we need a
meetings and
girl on this pod to
stuff.
ask the
So,
right questions about an engagement. I'm not prepared to do the engagement
mm.
follow-up. Do you need to take us through how it goes? Like, what did you do?
I mean, so like
we need the
usually
details?
it's a good idea to give them an idea of when it's happening, like within the next month or stuff, because usually they want to get their hair done and do their nails and stuff. So they gave a range, but you want to keep the exact day a surprise. Um, and then yeah, you figure out, do you want the family there or not? Do you want the people around? Oh, I forgot. Dyson Daniels is on the Hawks. Shout out.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah, I know. And then yeah, you got to set up the surprise, obviously. Try to keep them guessing. Wow, LaMelo is hitting hard. And then yeah, then you execute, you got to do a little transition, make sure there's a photographer there. Photographers do cost money, but and then
I mean, you're getting
you
married, so this is the start of
yeah,
spending money.
exactly. Yeah, jeez. And then yeah,
RP Live?
that's man, shout out to one back wicked. But yeah, that was that's pretty much what you do. I mean, it's a step by step. It takes a lot more planning than you would expect. A lot more intentional planning, but it's a big payoff. It is a big payoff. It does when it's done well, it works out. And it's something you think about, this is hopefully a once in a lifetime kind of thing, if everything works out, you don't have to do it
Yeah.
ever again. So don't
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
don't
regardless, the
stress it
first
too
marriage
much.
will always be once in a lifetime. So you'll never be
Yeah.
able to replace that.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
like how did it go down? Like, do you want to tell us, like, what the
Yeah.
plan was?
No, I just took her to the shoreline and had her throw something in the
Oh.
water and turned around, asked.
My
Yeah,
heartstrings,
little
Sam.
surprise.
On
Surprise. Yeah, on
In
the
front
on
of
the
the
beach.
ocean?
Well, it wasn't super the beach, but it was in front of the Bay Area.
Yeah.
The Bay
Yeah,
water,
true, yeah, 'cause,
and then
yeah, you're in the Bay.
yeah, and then took her, and then had a surprise party for her, celebrated with friends and family, and yeah.
Oh, the follow-up party? You have to set up the
Yeah.
follow-up party? I didn't even think about that.
Well, so I just invited people, like told people it's gonna happen, and then her family took it away. So that's the tough part, is how
No, but that's fun, though.
of how good of a community she has, or whoever you're getting engaged to.
Her family's
how
too
much-
strong and the word gets out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I let them set it up, and they did a great job, but it's yeah, no, it's one of the it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting experience. Nothing like it. Man, this Hawks Hornets game is getting a little ugly. Man, oh my gosh.
Did you get a real ring?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a real ring.
Yeah, you
I
dropped
mean,
the bag?
we were looking at rings. Oh, real ring?
Well, no,
No,
I
that
mean,
one's incoming. That one's incoming. But she
Oh,
has
yeah?
there was a design, so we got a ring, but
But I mean, she's gonna. But yeah, I mean, she's gonna get one. It's like at the end of the day. But So she picks it out? Because I feel like, I don't know if that's become common, but it was like a thing for a while where it was like, do you pick it out or do you just go for it and just say, I'm going to try to do my best to guess on what they'll like? But then the debate is like, she's going to wear it for the rest of her life, whatever.
Yeah. You can always update later. That's another thing is if, you're going to have the expenses of the wedding and a whole lot of other expenses. So, if you're able to negotiate to have a cheaper ring just to have a better wedding or a better honeymoon, and then you can update later. So just, hopefully y'all will be together for a while, so you'll have plenty of time to get more gifts.
You can work out the details later.
Exactly. So
we've got time to think about it.
Yep.
Wow. Unbelievable. Well, congratulations from everybody. IT's proud. I think they're crying right now. IT right now, the only reason they're not doing their job is because they're weeping, not because they're lazy. They're in tears.
Oh, gosh.
I wish we had sound effects. I wish we could play horns and bells and stuff, wedding bells, songs.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're slacking on that front, but
no worries.
Big day for the Rem and Sam pod. Crazy.
No worries. Big day.
Crazy times.
Day. Definitely didn't envision it the first time when we started this pod.
I know, it's crazy to just
4 years ago.
It's not even something that you think about when you start where it's like, oh yeah, this guy's just gonna go off and get married one day. It's just like, you just you're hanging out, you're talking sports, you're doing a pod. The next thing you know, the guy's out in the bay, he's an adult, he's getting married. Life's happening. I just like, it's like, I just knew this.
It's wild.
Like, the Kirkwood Sam getting married is funny. Because I mean, especially like for us knowing each other in person too.
Yeah.
Because then you went out to the bay. So it's like the in-person Sam is like the Kirkwood Sam. Are we live? I don't know how many stories we can tell about the Kirkwood Sam.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like we were that time.
No, Kirkwood Sam was chilling.
We didn't do nothing.
We
weren't that turn.
Well, it's Kirkwood. It's community college. How much?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna get into? Like, you don't even technically have dorms.
No, they're just like an apartment complex over there. They're like, we will definitely help you get a lease, but it's not a dorm. So if they shoot you over there, which
not our fault.
Yeah, known to happen a time or two.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
Are you watching Hawks Hornets right now? Is that the game that you got on?
Yeah, 3-point game. Yeah, LaMelo, I think, is on the bench.
Unbelievable.
Oh no, he's there. He's out there. Trae Young is kind of clanking right now.
How are you feeling about Hopkins? Should we get into Hopkins at all? Should we get into the Chiefs?
Yeah, we can get into the Chiefs. I've seen, obviously Mahomes has the league's most interceptions. It's like really low rating. I think I saw someone rank him 4th overall, like ranking in the league and stuff. And for me, like with all of it is we're just doing enough to win. And that's what I want from this team in the regular season is to grind out these wins because that's what it's going to be in the playoffs. I don't think and there's no clean team, honestly. Like, is there really another team that we think is like serious contenders? Like you look at the 49ers, they have an insane amount of injuries. We look at other teams that we consider contenders, like the Vikings. Are we really going to trust Sam Darnold? Like, I love him. It's a great story, but losing to the Rams, a 2-5 team, and then on the road, sure, but still, that's still a tough loss. And I think even that sack or the safety that happened, you want him to at least throw the ball away there or something. But yeah, I mean, you look at the best teams in each of the league. I guess the Lions have been the best team all year. But yeah, I don't, obviously losing Aiden Hutchinson is, I think, gonna show up in later games. It's gonna be a bigger deal, even though I think they traded for someone, didn't they?
Did they make a trade?
I thought they did.
Do we need to check Schefter's Twitter?
But who do you think was the who are the real who for you is the best team in the league right now?
Well, I guess the Chiefs are still. Wait, there's Hassan Reddick news here, but I don't think it's a trade. I would say the Chiefs are still the team that I would pick to win everything.
Yeah.
But if I would say who's the best, I think have the Lions overtaken the Ravens as the team that's playing the best? Because the Ravens probably had that for a second. But
No, did they? I mean, they lost to the Chiefs.
they did, but and the Raiders too.
Yeah, exactly. That was a yike.
So maybe Lions won. What was that ranking you saw that had
Yeah.
Mahomes fourth, by the way?
It was.
Who was over
Was
Mahomes?
it the Athletic?
Well, it wasn't Mahomes. It was the team, the Chiefs.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought it was
And they had like the Lions, the Ravens. Yeah, they had the Ravens above the Chiefs.
Yeah, okay. So
Even though we beat them head to head.
that's
I'm
probably
like, all right.
but they've been playing better though as of late.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the point. Is that do you want someone who's putting up better stats and looks like they're playing better, or someone who finds a way to win every week? I mean, what if the Chiefs really go undefeated here? I think I heard like our schedule gets real easy the next couple of weeks. Yeah, we play the Raiders, and we have the Bucks at home, Broncos at home.
Are those games
And then the
easy?
Panthers? The Broncos? Really?
You're playing the Broncos in Denver?
No, we're playing them in Kansas City. So
You're
we
gonna
play.
split with have you played the Broncos already?
No. Bo Nix, man, you think he's gonna beat us?
I think that Denver
Bo
defense
Nix.
is gonna get you in one of those games.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Mahomes is already throwing picks, so it kind of doesn't matter if he gives one up to
Yeah,
serve
obviously
him.
I'm not saying anything about
But-
the Chiefs. I'm just saying they're gonna beat you once. Pause.
Maybe. I don't know. Who the Raiders even have at quarterback? Do they even have anyone? Aiden O'Connell?
And Gardner
Like-
Minshew. They have two guys at quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see. But going into Vegas, and then we have the Bucks at home with Mike Evans, might be injured. Godwin's beat up. I mean, they're definitely a team that's reeling right now. I wish Mike Evans was fine, but anyway. And then Broncos, and then we have the Bills, but then the Panthers as well, and then the Raiders again, Chargers, and then the Browns. Who knows what's going on with Deshaun at that point? I mean, it's probably going to be Jameis Winston. So
But
anyway.
don't you play the Texans?
Yeah, then we play the Texans and Steelers. So, not saying we're going to go undefeated on the year, but it's definitely an easier schedule than I think people give it
You want to
credit for.
lose some games. You don't want to be going undefeated in the regular season. I feel like that
I mean,
you're gonna be the first team to three-peat and go undefeated.
exactly. Imagine.
You're gonna be
Who
like
else?
21.
Who else? Who else though?
Wow. So you don't even think that sounds impossible.
Who else would do it? Who else could do it if not Mahomes and Reed?
Not now. Not when there's 17 regular season games. And if he's not the 1 seed, he's gonna have to play an extra. Like if he was the 2 seed back in the day,
Well,
he would play 16 games and a first round bye. Now he's 17 games and
well,
an extra playoff game.
yeah. Well, if they win every game, they're going to be the number 1 seed.
Well,
Like, what do
that's
you mean?
true too.
Yeah, like if they go undefeated, they're going to be the number 1 seed.
Wait, they're not going to give the Ravens an extra game? Try to make up for it?
They don't give them a bye.
I thought there was some
And
extra
to the
credit that they were
Ravens
gonna give
2
the
extra
Texans.
games. And I mean, it's only the Vikings who could, match them.
They didn't review
Or
that
I
lively
guess
touchdown.
if they had an extra game. Oh gosh.
I think they're going to
Anyway.
overturn it in week 11.
They did review it. That's why it got overturned.
They're going to overturn it in the future.
Oh gosh. Anyway, Hornets
But it
starting
would
to
be
fall
too
apart
it'd be
here.
too hard for a team to go undefeated now. So you think the divisional game? I mean, the Chargers in the rematch. The Chargers don't work.
We'll
now?
see. I'm not saying they're a perfect. Chiefs are a perfect
I mean,
team.
clearly you're the.
But we have beaten the Chargers before.
But you're obviously the most confident team. It's not that there's going to be another team
Yeah.
that's more confident in you. It's just, is your team? Are there other teams that could get to a level against a game against you where you have a bad game, and is your team capable of having bad? I mean, that's really the part that's just been, like you're saying, incredible, and the part that is the reason that we have confidence in them going into the playoffs is they still have been able to not have perfect fourth quarters, but they've been able to win fourth quarters for the most part, or at least not lose them to the point where they lose the game.
Second halves at least.
Yeah, they're at the end of games. They're still the best end of game team in the league in whatever regard that is. Whether it's Mahomes getting a pass interference or the defense making a stop, like at somehow in the fourth quarter, something is happening where Spags is doing something or Mahomes is making a play, and None of the other teams have been able to
But we
match that with
definitely,
that perfection.
but we definitely have been improving though. Like I feel like we've been scoring more and more points as we get through the year, and our defense is still continuing that same kind of pressure. I mean, usually we still get like we usually still get a turnover or two every game. I mean, I have the Chiefs in fantasy on defense, and yeah, but last week, I mean, you look at what we've been scoring the last couple of weeks. I mean, we had um in terms of our margin of victory, it's definitely been the last 2 weeks have definitely been the highest out of all year. The last 2 weeks we had two of our three most scoring weeks, tied for two of our three most scoring games. And going into the 49ers on the road and kind of just taking it to them. I mean, that's a tall order, even with how many injuries they have. I mean, so I'm really confident because of that. I mean, and just we were in their building,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they're missing McCaffrey, but yeah, I mean, and that's something we gotta take into account. But you just see, I mean, Mahomes still had two picks. Like, I'm not gonna act like he had a great game by stats wise, but having that scrambling play, you just see the smarts of him. And yes, the league allows it, and probably should figure out a way to not have it. But then also that like truck stick, that touchdown he had, where he just ran into the end zone and knocked the guy over. Like, it's just you can see him starting to understand, like not even starting, but really finding the complexities of like the little things in his game that take him a cut above, with him being smart about his scrambling in a way that makes him near unstoppable. And and that's without Hopkins. I mean, we already have the usual pass it to Hardman, and he runs across the field and gets 10 yards. Like, there's still Kelsey down the middle. There's still Kareem Hunt now, running the ball. So there's still all the usual, but now Mahomes is just making it near impossible with his scrambling as well. And it's just him doing his thing, and you can just see the comfortability with this team. I mean, there's almost rare. I mean, I haven't seen them panic all year, being down, being up, being having to turn over. There's just no panic, and if you're able to, make it pretty much a practice at some point, then that's where you're gonna have what is going on this year, where they've been perfect so far.
And the run offense as well too with Kareem Hunt has sneaky been maybe like the best run offense in the league. I was looking at some advanced stats a couple games into the Kareem Hunt run where it was maybe like week four or five, and he had played 2 games, so he was a little behind the rest of the guys, but he was still way above them in some of the categories, and he still managed to have fantastic performances. I think he's been a great fantasy player as well too, since he's been injected into the lineup. So, I mean, to have the best run offensive in the league, I mean, it's like you guys are kind of the Niners, where it's like that recipe of the play caller, the defense, the playmaker, or not necessarily, the playmakers with the receivers, but at least the run offense is there. And then the quarterback making plays, but the quarterback making plays is Mahomes, who is, the greatest quarterback of the generation, and just kind of cruising his way through the regular season. It's funny that you're saying like he's at this next level figuring out these intricacies, because I feel like the rest of the league is still trying to figure out how to get past Mahomes in the playoffs. And everybody's still trying to figure out how to top this guy. And Mahomes is like advanced into this second level of mastery or whatever. But it's just incredible, because I know we talked about this before about him versus like the second best quarterback in the league and how big that difference might be. But even Brady, it felt like Brady was always looking over his shoulder in a way. Like Manning was always there. Favre was there for a while. Rodgers was in and out. Breeze, Rivers, like all these guys, like Mahomes, you're right. He's not even comfortable. He's almost like there's like an enjoyment to how good this Chiefs team is, and just like how capable they are of winning games, where you're right. There's just absolutely no panic. And they're like, as long as we're in it, we're going to cruise. Mahomes going to take care of it. The defense is going to get a stop, and they're absolutely fine. And the fact that the stakes are as high this season as they are too, like going into the 3-peat and trying to complete that, where the realistic possibility to have the group of guys stay together and then actually win the back-to-back titles, and then the team is
Yeah.
still actually in a position to win 3 Super Bowls in a row and actually pull that off, like, and then to still be this calm and collected and comfortable and everything throughout the season. I've never really seen a team do that. This might be
me
the most
neither.
confident team in NFL history. I don't know. Is that a hot take?
Whoa. No, I agree. The confidence
The
is
most
through the
chillax team?
roof. It's definitely up there. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely it's infectious. You know, I'm real excited for it, and I don't even know, man. It's one of those things where you get excited for it because, or you don't get excited. Like, it's, as a fan watching it, it's tough to get panicked whenever
Yeah.
something bad happens. It's just like, yep, we're just fine. Everything's gonna be all right. And yeah, it's
Hopkins supposed
definitely
to
made
play
calm
right
me as
away?
a fan. Yeah. They are hoping for him to play right away.
What are they expecting him to do in terms of
I
production here?
don't know.
Whoa,
man.
FanDuel right now has his over-under set at 36.5 yards.
Hmm.
Will he get over 36 yards?
Who knows?
Wow, no love for Hopkins. Brock Bowers is at 50 or 61. Xavier Worthy is also at 36, so maybe it's just
Shout out.
the math of the receiving core of your team. They don't have the alt totals on for Hopkins at this point. So Friday night right now, no alt props on Hopkins. So I would say, I guess well, maybe not this week, but the advantage of this week would be, I mean, like we're saying here, the line is set at 36.5. So it's just the mystery of them not knowing what that would be in his potential breakout performance against a team. I mean, the Raiders, come on, it's 9.5-point favorites. Wouldn't be surprised if Hopkins even got like one down the field pass. They're going to have a long play for Hopkins, right? In the first game. Try to get him like a spark highlight right away.
Yeah.
So he might get 40
definitely will
yards on
try to
one
get him in.
pass. So I would say my advice would be keep an eye out for some of the alt props on Hopkins just to see what you can get. Unfortunately, there's no Rem and Sam boost, but if you can find one of these tokens that you really like, maybe stick it on that. But plus 9.5 is crazy for the Raiders at home against the Chiefs. That means they think you're probably like 11 or 12 points better. So that's probably is that the biggest line of the week? I guess the Ravens are also 9.5 at home. Oh, is that for next week? Did I just scroll into next week? But for this week's games, oh no, Detroit at home versus Tennessee. But at home at Tennessee at 11.5 and the Chiefs on the road at 9.5 is kind of the same thing. So I guess the two best teams in the league getting their due respect against weaker opponents. So Lions, Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So do the Lions scare you the most right now? Would it have to wait till the Super Bowl for you actually to get a little nervous?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a team that really scares me, but definitely not Jared Goff.
Against
I think in the
Spags?
playoffs. Yeah, I don't.
Do you think
Just
Spags
'cause
knows how to
you're
blitz him?
Just such a statue, like, yeah, I don't. I'm definitely not as worried, but I will say that I mean, I don't know what team I'm really scared of, if there is any.
No,
Like,
if
there's
you're not
just,
scared, you're not scared.
when we've needed to, we've beaten every team, and just the way we handled the 49ers, it just shows, like, I think we can handle any team in the league. I mean, what other team really has, like, a lot of talent? Like, I guess the Eagles, but we've seen them fall apart to the point where people want to fire the coach.
Yeah, Hurts
You
is
know.
struggling.
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to think what team, like the Ravens, but like when we've needed to, we've always beaten Lamar. Last year was really the year that they probably should have broken through, and they didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to think like what team. So, I mean, if it's really Jared Goff that's beating us, like, I think
I'll take my chances. But beyond him, like I do feel like he is the number one. They're the number one team, the number one challengers right now. Even with Aiden Hutchinson out, but still not too concerning.
Do you feel like you need to apologize for doubting Mike Tomlin for putting in Russell Wilson over Justin Fields?
No, not long term. He definitely played better than I thought he would. Who knows? We'll see. For me, it's like, or are you building for now or building for the future? And I mean, I still think, I think if you're building now, it makes sense, but I don't know if I see really long-term upside of not starting Justin Fields, and I don't know, but like at the same time, he's just there to win games and hit his 500 for the year, over 500, and he'll probably do it again. Also, shout out to the Hornets hanging around.
It's a 4-point game, 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Oh, you're ahead. Okay.
Oh, where are you at right now? Sorry.
I'm a minute in, 2-point game. It's the whole substitution.
You have a minute
Substitution. Yeah.
Wait, can I back it up?
Let me reload. I can reload it.
Oh, I can back up the stream too.
Whoa.
Wait,
let me reload it. Let me see where we're at now. Because it has paused a couple times.
Pause?
Pause.
The stream hit you with the pause? What did you say?
Pause. Oh.
Chat, what did he say that we missed? The stream had to hit him with the pause. Nick Richards going to the line for the second time on my stream because I backed it up. Pause.
Let's see if I can.
Sam's got to check a different feed.
All right, here we go. We're in 45 seconds. 40 seconds.
Hawks just hit a bucket.
Okay. Once again, Nick Richards to the line for a third time on my stream.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, now
My stream just doesn't work.
Now I've overshot it.
It's all good.
Don't worry about it. I might have to switch.
I know. I can't even get this to work either. Just a couple of boomer tech guys. Sam's getting married. He doesn't even know how to work a phone anymore.
It's big struggling.
He's a boomer now.
Okay, I think I'm back. I got Trey Young subbing in. 30 seconds. He's taking up all the stuff.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh! Just do your job. Jeez.
Well, now I don't want to get too far off.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh. Look at this stupid chat replay.
Okay, well now it's just I've backed it up too many times. Paused my phone. It's just decided to lock up now.
Oh geez, you all good?
So it's just what it is. I'm just stuck now on Hornets Hawks.
Hey yo.
For the rest of time. There's no Control Alt Delete button on my phone, but at least the game's still running. Apparently the screen just doesn't work anymore. But LaMelo down for the count. 2 seconds left.
Gosh.
Oh, it's back. It's clicking. I'm not even clicking it. This is weird. My phone's never spazzed before. It's a pretty new phone.
Oh, mine just did that. Mine just went to that with LaMelo being down for the count.
Whoa! With 2 seconds left?
Yeah.
Did they just sync up for us? What happened? Is that what mine flashed? Did Elon just tap in and hook up our streams together? Pause.
Oh yeah, was it return link or that?
Yeah, the Starlink or whatever.
Yeah, Starlink.
What even was that? I didn't get it. It was just FaceTime in a plane.
Yeah, it was just Wi-Fi in a plane. So he's just showing the quality.
But don't they already have Wi-Fi in a plane?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be really, really good, like high-speed Wi-Fi.
So it's just better Wi-Fi in planes.
Yeah. but it also means a lot of money because it's, Boeing. So.
Well, I mean, wasn't he talking in the video that I saw? He was talking to like a couple of sheiks.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
it's
well, I
because
don't
of
think this is going to be
Emirates.
the common
It was
man anytime
Emirates.
soon.
Yeah.
Plus, what I'm going to be in business class just on a FaceTime call on the plane. I mean, if the plane couldn't already get a more annoying, honestly, somebody stop Elon Musk because the last thing we need on a plane is people on FaceTime calls.
That'd be hilarious.
I never even want to be on a FaceTime call off a plane, and I don't want to be next to anybody on a FaceTime call on a plane.
Yeah.
They're
LaMelo and Trae Young duel. Wow, the Knicks are up 95-64 on the
whoa.
Pacers. Because that's games. I guess take it around the association.
Yeah, Sam, take us around the league.
The Raptors are up on the 76ers, 98-76. You see, this is why 76ers are 76. See, this is why I was concerned about the 76ers without their stars. The Magic are ahead of the Nets, 101-85. Knicks are destroying the
pulled away.
Pacers, 95-64. Of course, Hawks, Hornets, closest game of the night so far. 3-point game. Hawks ahead going into the fourth. Trae Young and LaMelo both heating up in a hot Atlanta. Cavs over the Pistons, 96-85. Grizzlies over the Rockets in H-Town, 69-65. And the Bulls right now leading the Bucks in the third. 76-72. Yeah, we're going to have to switch over there after this.
I might have to join you on the illegal stream with that one. That'll be in the blackout zone. But
hey, yo.
Grizzlies and Rockets. Grizzlies and Rockets. I forgot about that game. That's kind of a fun matchup, too.
Yeah, no, that's a great matchup. See, Zion actually playing basketball. Jan is trying to lead the Bucks right now, 25-2-3. Dame 15-5-2. I think Chris Middleton's out right now for the Bucks, so they are a little understaffed, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Oh, we've got points, people, in the World Series.
Oh.
And you're not gonna believe it. Will Smith? It says here, Will Smith out on a sacrifice fly to right field to Juan Soto. Kiki Hernandez scores.
So who's in the
Bottom of
lead?
the fifth?
Is that the Yankees?
That's the Dodgers.
Well, yay, shout out Dodgers.
Dodgers over the Yankees. You're rooting for the Cali team?
I guess. I don't. Yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani and all that.
Shohei Ohtani.
I did. Wow, LaMelo making plays, got a block, taking it down the court, was about to shoot the three, instead pass it, got it tipped. Trae Young on the other end shoots the three, clanks. Josh Green just took out Wesley. Is that Wesley Matthews? That's something Matthews. Slammed him into the stanchion.
Wesley Matthews is back?
No, that's not Wesley.
Garrison?
Have you seen Al? Yeah, I think it is. Have you seen Alperen Sengun's threes? Do you think it's legit?
Do I need to switch over to Rockets Grizz? How many threes is he at right now?
Yeah.
How many threes did he hit? Do you know?
Grizzlies probably go there after the third quarter of this game.
Wait, how many threes? How many threes did he hit? He didn't really hit any threes in the fourth quarter of that game that I watched the other night, but
yeah, let me pull it up.
I guess I forgot to check the box score and see what he did before that. Ice Tray from downtown.
Ice Tray. What minute you on?
10-19.
Oh, okay, you're in the lead. Oh, geez. Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, lordy. Trae Young's taking over.
Oh, Trae Young on Trae Man. Cannibalism. Trae on Trae crime.
Triple Trae, double Trae. Man, Miles Bridges really working for that contract.
What do you think about the Trae Young baggy fit? Or Trae Man, sorry. Trae Man wearing the baggy fit.
I don't know. Like, you kind of got to be great doing all that.
Are you a big baggy shorts basketball guy?
No.
Would you rather wear super baggy shorts or the super small ones, Larry Bird style? Or would you go like extreme super baggy, almost like baggy sweatpant level shorts?
I think I would be more self-conscious if I did this self. Man,
LaMelo and Trey going back and forth. If I did this super short instead of super baggy, just so much leg you're showing.
You wouldn't do squats and wear the short one?
Well, nah, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't say this would be my motivation to start leg day?
Maybe.
Now that you've got a
it's
wedding
just-
coming up, you've
it's
got
just
to
a tight.
you've
it's
got to
a
hit
tight
bulking
fit.
season, brother. You've got to start getting into that. You got to get that suit bod,
Yeah.
that wedding suit bod. You got to hit. You got to start hitting the gym, or maybe get a pull-up bar or something. Push ups and pull-ups every day.
maybe.
1,000 squats,
Maybe.
prison style. You need to start doing
So
prison style
far
workouts.
in the year, Alperen Sengun has been shooting 66%, 67% from three. Now it's just because mostly
Is
his
he 2
last
for
game, it was off of one game, but I think it was like 2 for 3 or something. But then this past game, he's gone 0 for 2. Yeah, 2 for 3.
So 2 for
it's
5, he's
pretty-
40%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He's still a good 3-point shooter this year, but the next
That's
one
40,
he hits,
yeah,
or the
40.
next one he misses,
Yeah, that's when it's gonna go down now.
then he drops down. Wait, who's locking him up right now? Micic is locking up Trae Young. Oh, Trae Young shook him. Back-to-back home games for Atlanta is a little generous from the league to start as well.
Yeah.
Charlotte winning both these games on the road. And Quinn
Oh,
Snyder's
God.
a good
Oh,
coach
gosh.
too. If Charles Lee takes down Udoka and Quinn Snyder right away,
Mhm.
will this be our first ever
Uh-oh.
adopted
Wait, what
son
happened
coach?
with Trae Young?
What?
Did they call a foul on him? Or did he fall over? Oh, he ran into LaMelo.
Will Trae Young finish this game?
Real question. 8 minutes left in the half. 6-point game. LaMelo has been fired from three. He's been so casual.
I know LaMelo's jumper looks really smooth right now.
He's not even jumping.
He's not even getting any lift, no.
like.
But it's in a good way where it's like the transfer of momentum is
Exactly.
so smooth that he doesn't even need to. Oh, man. Did you see? Was it? Are you at 8 minutes? I just saw him hit one at 8 minutes. That was.
Oh no, I'm at 8:09. I'm just seeing him as
Oh, so you're gonna
tall as
watch it
Dyson
right now?
Daniels.
He just
Yeah.
hits another one right there.
Oh my gosh. Step back. Oh Lord. He's just on fire tonight. He's just
31. LaMelo for MVP.
Jeez.
Is he gonna be on
Number
All
one in the
NBA?
league.
Is he gonna be on All
Oh
NBA
my
this year?
God. Oh my God.
Is
He's gonna give the Jameis Winston special. Score as much as give up as much as he's scoring.
wow. Your
But I
younger
do
brother
appreciate
stock
Charles Lee.
is gonna hit again.
I do appreciate Charles Lee actually playing a star during the clutch moments. I think with the last couple coaches, they're trying to do too smart with it, like don't play him and stuff. It's like it's literally your guy. Like, what you think Devontae Graham's gonna give you a better chance of winning being out there and 3 minutes left? Like,
Then
I
LaMelo,
love
no.
Devontae Graham, Jayhawk, but geez, man. What do you think of Grant Williams as a team leader?
I don't know if I like him as a team leader, but I don't mind him on the team. I like him on a small market team like this. This is a good team for him.
That's true.
I know the fear would be he doesn't, he starts like talking a little bit. He starts getting a little too buddy with LaMelo, where it's like then he's trying to like like friend punk him a little bit.
Well, did you see that clip where he's like going into the locker room after the Celtics won? And
Yeah.
Like, he was like, all right, bro, you're corny as always.
Oh, geez, LaMelo.
Oh, Brandon Miller is not even playing this game. No wonder LaMelo is just letting it fly.
Jeez, LaMelo. Oh, another one.
Oh,
Your boy's gonna put him a 40 piece.
Hunter.
He's going to put up a 40-piece.
Hunter, where are you going, son? Jeez, you put him on skates. Look, man. I told you when I was watching LaMelo, he was looking real good. These
They need
Hornets,
to
I'm telling
rebound
you.
right now. They don't have a big in necessarily. Micic is trying to crash the glass for him. Now LaMelo's posting up. He's
Charles
kicking out.
Lee definitely.
Grant Williams. Grant.
Oh, again.
Come on, Grant.
Charles Lee definitely gave LaMelo a talk like, "You're our guy."
Yeah, what did
Yeah,
Charles Lee
this-
say? What does Udoka instill in these coaches that they can go to these other star players and maximize these guys? Because you're absolutely right. I mean, LaMelo,
Generational.
the swagger is off the charts right now.
Generational. Man, everyone's yelling at the ref. They're under fire tonight. I'll tell you that. Trae Young and LaMelo. Jeez.
Wow. Hornets might be
This
my
game
team
is
of the year
popping
this
up.
year.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun if anything, especially once Brandon Miller gets back. We're doing this without him.
That old hag down there, that old bag down there in San Antonio, the old ball and chain in San Antonio. She's get a little tired of her after a while. You need to go see a new team like the Charlotte Hornets, just for the early part of the season, though.
Yeah.
And then once we start playing real meaningful basketball, make no mistake, we'll be back to our team. But yeah, this Hornets team, we're just gonna have a lot of fun watching them, and it's just gonna be what it is. And
Yeah.
fortunately, the Spurs, there's some Western Conference stuff with them where they can play a little bit later, opposite to Charlotte. That's the thing. Like, we need Charlotte to be good. Charlotte's one of those early game teams. Them and like Orlando and Cleveland, all those teams are always playing super early. These low market teams.
Yeah.
So we need good performances, but they also have the size to throw at the Hawks as well too. So I know that maybe with like some of the offensive guys, they could still hide Trae Young on somebody, but like LaMelo is he's going to be able to crash the glass if he wants on Trae Young. He might be able to expose him a little bit. So now that they have Dyson Daniels
Mm-hmm.
and
Streets
Bogdanovich.
talking about LaMelo being a top 10 guard in the league when healthy.
Yeah, the guard thing it's tough because it's hard to you have to actually go figure out who's a guard first and go through all the positions and try to define everybody. But I would not be shocked if he got there. You would need to be top 6 to be on All NBA. So top 10, putting him in like that outside range looking in. I don't see why he couldn't be there. Again, do you think it would be impossible to do a ranking at the end of the year where LaMelo is over Halliburton?
LaMelo's over Halliburton?
Or over Dame?
Maybe. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, Dame, definitely. I think he might be already, honestly.
Yeah,
it's close.
Yeah. I mean, over
Like,
Trae?
If
Is he taking Trae's
if
spot
the
right now?
Bucks, if the Bucks are like, Trae, maybe. I mean, he's definitely working with a whole lot less on his team. Like, if we switch out Trae and LaMelo, I don't know. LaMelo, he definitely needs to improve that defense, though. Like, we need at least average defense. I don't know. Are you able to move your screen back 10 seconds or something? LaMelo, 34-4.
I did earlier. I think we're pretty close right now. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm on that graphic too, the split screen.
Yeah, I'm on the split screen.
Yeah. I think I'm 4 or 5 seconds ahead of you.
Okay.
I'll try to time my reactions. I'll see if I can delay them okay.
Oh,
Is Nick Smith going to play? Do we get any Nick Smith
he
minutes?
might have played already.
What's going on with Mark Williams too? Let me get a quick Mark Williams checkup.
I think he's out.
For how long?
Uh,
Is this that's what I'm saying. Is this a day-to-day, week-to-week thing, or is he actually, did he have a surgery?
Yeah.
Because Nick Richards is looking nice, so we don't want Mark Williams to lose a spot.
Yeah.
Let's see what basketball.
I just hope that we get a little bit of winning mentality still in these tournaments.
Well, if they close this one out, this could be 2-0.
Seth Curry in the game. I'm a big fan of Seth Curry. I think he's one of the most underrated role players in the league.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising considering his last name, but he's actually underrated.
I don't know if it's an expectations thing or oh, Cody Martin. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad timed reaction. That was natural.
No, you good. You good. I didn't.
I've got 6 minutes to figure it out. But it's still a 1-point game, so the LaMelo defense now. I mean, the offense is already set in stone. Let's see what the defense is up to here.
Well, LaMelo is not.
He's not in. Trey Mann's in.
Which makes sense. 6 minutes left. I'm surprised they haven't put benched Trey yet.
Yeah, this is a little strange for the sub pattern, but
Seth got caught. Touching him too much. Pause.
Where's Bogdanovich? Is Bogdanovich out tonight? It does say Mark Williams is day today as well too, so hopefully he's back soon.
Yeah. Pretty young to the line.
Let's check around the association. Anything else? Wow, that
My beard was
Grizzlies
looking a little-
Rockets game could go down the wire.
My beard was looking a little Trey Young here earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it connecting?
you know, the hoodie is still up.
Yeah.
It's still growing in.
Yeah.
But
Same.
it's to the point now where we don't necessarily have to like shave it all the way down every time, you know? It can actually like stay a little bit on. But the longer versions of the guards that I have for my razor, they broke.
Yeah.
So it's like it was either the options were either let it grow out or again like go clean shaven. And I just did not want to go the baby face route. So I finally pulled the trigger, got it all figured out, got all shaved up, and we're chilling good now. So maybe we need to send. Do we need to send some of these guards over to Trey Young as well? He's looking a little shaggy.
No, we give it.
Jalen.
No, it's LaMelo who needs some guards. Do you trust the Warriors' depth? Have you seen how many guys they're
I haven't got to watch any of the Warriors yet, but I was looking at their box score, and yeah, they have a ton of guys.
Yeah. Which they're saying like that's some Tatum hate because they didn't play that many guys at the Olympics. Shout out Seth Curry.
More Tatum's conspiracies?
I know.
Everybody in the league is out to get Tatum. I believe it. But I do think that I like what Kyle Anderson brings. And I do like what
slow-mo.
Buddy Hield. I mean, I guess he shot the ball well in the first game, so obviously everybody's gonna like what he brought there. But if he's shooting the ball efficiently, the Klay Thompson loss is obviously a big bummer. But Buddy Hield's shooting efficiently might be a little bit better than what Klay Thompson brought to them last season. I'm not saying he's better than Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was awesome against the Spurs.
No, but at this point in their careers.
But he could give you similar production to what he did last year. Now you've rounded out the bench with guys like, and they have DeAnthony Melton too, right? So they have Kyle Anderson, DeAnthony Melton, Buddy Hield. That's just a ton of guys to go around with the young guys that they have. So I don't know how they're not going to be better. They might be a playoff. They might be. Are they a home court team? Is Steph back? Are the Warriors back?
Maybe.
Is Kyle Anderson going to take this team on a run?
Kuminga definitely has to take another step though.
Does he, or can they just replace him with Kyle Anderson? If Kuminga's not having a good game, just put Kyle Anderson in?
Maybe.
Do they still have Gary Payton?
I think Kuminga is their main high ceiling player. I don't know. I mean, look at their team. He's like mainly going to decide if the sixth season is successful or not. And I don't know. I don't. Here, let me look at their box score. I think they were playing like 12 guys, right?
Is that what they got to? So that would be 2 5-man rotations.
That's what I read.
2 more. Let me double check. Oh, high drama in the World Series. It's 2-1. The Yankees are now up 2-1.
Oh, weren't they up already? Oh no, it's the Dodgers. Yeah, you're right. 2 runs. Is it in the same inning?
No, this was. Oh, so they scored at the bottom of the 5th. So this was top of the 6th. Once Soto got on base, and then Stanton homered, and then doubled them both. Like got them both in for the score. So that's that vicious lineup that we got, that we were talking about earlier with the the Soto, Judge, Stanton 1-2-3 combination. Stanton homers for both of them. So the Yankees now take the lead. But in that Warriors game the other night,
14 guys played, yeah.
14, they played the whole roster?
I mean, so it was really 12, and then Guy, Santos, and Lindy Waters got 5 minutes.
They both hit all their shots, though.
Yeah.
Santos went 1 for 1, and Waters went 3 for 3. But they still have Peyton. They still have Heald. I guess they could use a little front court depth as well, too, right? Because they literally just have Draymond and Trace Jackson Davis. And they have Looney. But you could also trade you could trade some of these guys as well. I mean, could they trade Kuminga for maybe a better, like, power forward-y, big front court type player? I don't know what the Kuminga mark would be, or like a low-key type center. Like, would you do like a Kuminga for Jared Allen? Maybe not. Is not Kuminga for Simmons? Ben Simmons? Straight up throwing Cam Thomas. But if they definitely got some, I think some front court help, and even if it sacrificed a little bit of this depth, but I mean Moody. The thing is, yes, they have the young guys, but we kind of know what they are too at this point. They're starting to get into their careers. Pods 0 for 5.
No, that's what I'm saying, Kuminga.
Yikes. Pods in the trade market.
Big yikes.
Trade Pods to San Antonio
like,
for Harrison Barnes?
Oh my gosh.
Who says no to that?
I mean, what do you? I mean, is Trace Jackson Davis really going to be a great player? I don't know. Pods could be something special, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the front court needs a little work, but they have the guys to make a move, so that's something as well. They could make a move for a front court guy.
Yeah.
Maybe like Capella? I don't know who else has got like a center. Centers are kind of valuable, so it's harder to get them.
A good center,
Yeah, and there's kind of a disparity. Like, you couldn't just trade for Drummond off the Sixers. Like, he's kind of valuable to that team.
Yeah, no.
Do the Pistons have a guy?
Even if he is missing shots intentionally. Man, LaMelo's still not on the court. 4 minutes left.
Charles Lee!
Bridges trying to dunk it. Oh.
I'm losing faith in him. Every second LaMelo's not on the court, I lose faith in Charles Lee.
We'll see.
Doesn't LaMelo have like 40 tonight?
Yeah, it's like 34. I don't know why.
And it's just like, at what point is it you got to ride or die with LaMelo? He's your star player.
Ride or die, bro.
You either play your stars or you don't. If you have a star that you're gonna pay and not play, then maybe you should figure out which one you want to prioritize there.
Maybe trade final for Magic beating the Nets 116-101. Might as well be a final. Knicks over Pacers 113.
Do you have a Ben Simmons stat line for us?
Let's see.
I mean, they can't stop Trae Young as it is, so you might as well just match him points for points, right?
Honestly, though.
But LaMelo's off the court. Who's going to do the scoring? Bridges?
No. Ben Simmons, 24 minutes, had 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Cam Thomas leading all scores with 24 points. Or leading the Nets. Franz Wagner. Man, I need to check what his 3-point percentage. He had 29 points on the night.
Yeah, well, what did he do for 3?
Here, we'll pull it up.
Is Franz back?
Jalen Johnson starting to make his mark in clutch minutes.
Going to the free throw line?
Is Jalen Johnson the second best player on this team? Just straight up best player on this team?
Is he the second best player on the team?
Like, who would you have?
Bogdanovich?
Trae Young? Like,
just if we're talking.
Where is the bogey? Yeah. Oh, here comes LaMelo, 349.
Like one-on-one? Okay, LaMelo back in.
I
Yeah, thanks, Richard.
yeah, I mean, but Bogey's been I'll give it to you. When Bogey's hitting shots, the shot creator, I get it, but I don't know. Jalen Johnson's starting to
Is he the best
definitely
asset on the
third best
team?
Sure, not even close. Franz Wagner, 50% from three tonight, 3 of 6. Hit all 6 of his free throws.
He was what for 3?
points.
3 for 6?
Yeah, 10 and 19 from the field. All right, Hornets down 7. LaMelo's back in, but it's Trey Mann.
They're starting him off the ball, yeah. But I kind of like it when they get him into the action like that. Oh, yeah, he's going to have to go against the vaunted Dyson Daniels. Oh.
Dyson Daniels is definitely denying him the ball. Oh, screen. Trae Young. He's getting a little ticky-tack fouls.
He got the look, but he got the offensive foul.
Charles Lee kind of looking like the clapper.
He took him back out?
John Mazzulla. Wait, what? No, it's a timeout, isn't it? Wait, what? Is he?
Wait, did LaMelo just foul out?
He fouled
out. LaMelo, what are you doing, bro?
Oh my gosh. Moving screen and he
LaMelo.
fouled out. Oh Lord.
He pushed off?
No, he was doing a screen, but he took out Trae Young.
Bro.
And so he fouled out.
Who is that ref? That ref sucks. That's terrible.
Who came to see him foul out? Oh, Hornets don't care though. The defense creates a turnover. Trey Man better not mess this up. Oh, the small guy. It's the baggy jersey and headband combo with the arm sleeve. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's definitely going for a fit.
It doesn't look bad. I kind of like it. I don't know if...
The refs are favoring the home crowd tonight. Jeez.
Oh, let him play.
Come on.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I backed it up one more time. Pause, and I think we're locked in now. I think it took us until about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. It took us a good quarter and a half, but I think we're synced up.
Well, now I almost feel like jumping to the Grizzlies game because this is this game's cut. Like
LaMelo's out.
It just feels bad because he just got it.
It literally doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, let me check. The Raptors look like they should beat the 76ers. It is a 6-point game, but 30 seconds left. Oh, the Rockets pulled ahead. 89-78. It's not close anymore. But 10 minutes left in the game. Bucks are behind at home against the Bulls. 105-101.
Wow.
10 minutes left. That's a big one. Jeez, what are we doing?
I might have to find that game somewhere. Chat, can you drop a link to that game in the chat?
Jeez.
Can somebody start up a stream with that game and then drop a link quick?
Wow, that's a high-scoring game, too. There's 3 players on the Bulls with 20-plus points. Kobe White, 29, 5 and 3. Giannis has 32, 4 and 4.
Well, you've got to make sure to put a lot of 20-point scores around Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey playing 19 minutes. Highs, definitely 6 man off the bench for this team. I don't know. I'm giving the Hornets a little chance here. We'll give them under 2 minutes. Let's see if they can get a stop here. 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left.
I want to see if Grant Williams can hit a shot.
They kind of need a stop here.
Yeah, it's up. It's 2 possessions. If it goes 3, they're toast. Ice Trey in his veins had a chance to end them. Can he do it in Seth Curry's face?
Hunter, he thought about it. Dyson Daniels just kind of ran in there and made it. Jeez. They got to get a quick 3 here.
No, that's a terrible shot.
That's a horrid shot.
That's a terrible shot. He wasn't even looking at the basket. What just happened? How does that go in?
Trey Man. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm switching. That's it. God, bro.
Oh, he was trying to be LaMelo.
He
They gave him the LaMelo minutes, and he was taking the LaMelo shots.
Has there ever been someone who's like, you know who's a starting guard? Trey Man. Yeah, this game's over. Yeah, 10-point game, 133.
Oh, DeAndre Hunter ending it.
Jeez, man. Got Trey Man thinking he's the GOAT.
Quinn Snyder's pulling his hair out, seeing how bad this offense is. Grant Williams? Hold up. Grant Williams? Step back, side step 3?
Keeping him in the game? Grant Williams once again?
Grant Williams?
Let me see if I can find this Bulls game.
Wow, that's a foul? Wow, bro, the refs are just, I mean, Charmin, man. Charmin soft.
They want to make sure the Atlanta fans get their money's worth.
Jeez. Like, they said, you're not leaving without a win here, Atlanta.
You guys came to see your team. You will be winning.
I mean, this is almost a 10-point game with 115, so I think we got to switch games. If only LaMelo played. Jeez. Charles, why did you bench him? Okay, it's 102, 105. Bulls are still in the lead. Is Kobe White about to take down Greek Freak? The Greek Freak?
Can somebody spill a quart on the drink? My first link is down. We're going to have to try another link.
Oh, no. You know, I can send you a link, too. You might have to do some clicking, but I got you in the chat.
I think I found it.
In our special turn. Oh, okay, he doesn't need no Zoom chat.
I got it. Whoa, should I just drop a link to this in the chat? Somebody else is... well, we're not snitching.
Boy, oh.
Bro,
hey,
this
don't
local
be greedy.
broadcast of these
You
local
can share.
announcers are great.
Yeah, it is nice. That is one of the nice things
I
with a
love
lot of
paying for
NBA
cable
games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is at some point you listen to a lot of local guys, and you know, they obviously care about their teams. And like, it is good to hear the stats and stuff. Like, it's where you get a lot of good stats. Or like, you hear about series, like where the team will play someone like throughout the year once or twice or 3 times, and they'll be like, last time this player had. And it's like, oh yeah, that did happen. And like, national broadcasts don't care about that.
Oh, the Bulls just shanking 2 open threes in transition. In classic.
Wow, 110, 102? Or is that where you're at? 111, 102, 908?
I'm at 908.
Yeah, whoa, all right. We're in it. Giannis. What's going on, man? At home?
Is this
Jeez,
back-to-back?
bro.
I guess they won the first one, but
Yeah, they did.
I think Giannis was like stellar in that game. Dame shot the ball well.
The tan on Giannis. All turning Prince. Yeah, good thing we're watching this. We're getting updated on the new look Bucks, I guess. Feels like they're changing all the time.
Levine
all
off
these
the
teams
court with
with
9
their
minutes
role
left
players.
right now.
So Gary Trent is a starter. Torian Prince. Yikes, DeLon Wright. He's getting minutes on this team.
Hey now,
Oh Lordy, Giannis
I kind of like DeLon
just
Wright.
lost the ball.
DeLon Wright would be on my team.
Giannis spinning, he's turning the ball over. 10-point game. Oh, Kobe White staying night. Oh, geez, it is a 13-point game for him. This ain't looking too good. Who's this guy? Who's
Wait, how'd
this
your
guy
stream
who
just
has the
pull ahead of
ball
mine?
right now?
What just happened?
Who's this guy? 55. DeLon Wright is right now leading this offense. Is Dame
I'm
hurt?
telling you, DeLon Wright.
There's no reason DeLon Wright should be leading this offense. Dame's got to be hurt. That's all I gotta say. He better be hurt. 20.
Let me look up.
He's
Quick.
20.
Is he not in the?
You can definitely.
Is he not on the
You
box
can
score?
definitely-
We haven't been watching this game,
No,
so I don't know if he's
he's-
playing.
No, he has been playing.
What's his line right now?
He had Dame or
Yeah.
DeLon Wright?
Dame.
Dame had 21, 6, and 3, 30 minutes. The reason why I say that is because DeLon Wright's been playing for 9 minutes according to this. 5 and 3. So that's why I was wondering if Dame's right there. I don't know. I guess he's been on the court. I don't know. When you're relying on guys like AJ Green and DeLon Wright to be your bench, I don't know.
AJ
I'm a little
Green.
concerned.
The fact that AJ
Where's
Green is playing in the
Marjon
NBA is
Beauchamp?
crazy. Yeah, where's Beauchamp?
No, Beauchamp. Shoot.
I do kind of like that guy they picked though this year. I forget his name, but he's good in the preseason.
Andre Jackson Jr.
No.
A.J. Johnson. Ryan Rollins, Chris Livingston, Cam Robin.
Ooh, I remember Chris Livingston. That's not who I'm thinking of, but Chris
A lot
Livingston's
of no
fine.
names on their teams.
I'll check real quick. I think he was a second rounder. I want to say it was Johnson, something Johnson. Oh, yeah, A.J. Johnson in the first round. And then Tyler Smith in the second round. I guess I don't remember which one of those guys was good in the preseason, but one of them played well.
Yeah. Some finals around the league. Raptors beating the 76ers 115-107.
Wow, the 0-2 Sixers.
Yeah.
Cooper flagged the
that's what
Sixers?
Capture the flag. Did what's his face play? No, neither. That's what happens when you don't have Joel Embiid or Paul George play, right? Did Paul George play?
Is it, should Maxey be able to take this team
Yeah, he
past the
didn't.
Raptors?
On his own? I mean, it was close. It was a close game. But, like, you got, I mean, they have defenders to throw at him, and you got
Maxey
Kelly
tonight was
Oubre
6 for
next to you.
23.
And you got to rely on Kelly Oubre, who had the most points for them. Caleb Martin, like, day in, day out, Drummond. 76ers are going to be real disappointed this year.
Wow, the 76ers
hey,
below 500?
At least it's going to be interesting to me what's going to happen with all these contracts for players that just never play. Like, what's going to happen with Paul George? Like, is he, I don't know. I mean, I guess the contract came and they paid him, but like, really? Like Kawhi Leonard, Ben Simmons, like all these players that just never play. It's
Kawhi,
so annoying.
the Kawhi one is tough. Kawhi looks rough right now on the sidelines.
It's just bad. And it's just like, I get what he is, but like, he didn't even play for Team USA. They didn't even take him. Like, and people are saying, maybe there's something going underneath the table. I don't know.
But it was the
shout
right
out
move.
to the Rock.
Was there
Yeah,
ever a
no,
point
I
in the
don't-
was there ever a point in the matchups where you were like, "Oh man, we could use Kawhi right now"?
Who knows?
Not
I
really.
don't know. Also, Hornets kind of getting close here, pulling within five of the Hawks with 17 seconds left. Jeez. This one we turned away. I don't know. We'll
The
keep an eye
Bleacher
on
Report
it.
app is ahead right now. The Hawks have cut it to 3 on Bleacher Report.
Oh Lord, how many seconds left?
7 seconds.
Oh gosh, I can't watch it.
I know we're bad luck.
You're bad luck.
They've been on a run
Cavs
for
handle
luck.
business with the Pistons visiting at home 113-101. I'm trying to get IT's trying to get to me why the Grizzlies pulled ahead of the Rockets.
They're up by 20
Warriors
right
had Warriors were down 4-20 against the Jazz and now up 29-24. End of the first.
So it looks like
Dame. Oh damn! What's up?
it looks like the box score stats. There's some general evenness here between this Grizzlies and Rockets game. The Grizzlies 42% from the field. The Rockets are 44% from the field. Both teams have 14
Damn.
turnovers. The Rockets do have a few more three-pointers. They're 13 for 22. The Grizzlies are 8 for 22. And the Grizzlies
That third quarter though.
Yeah, Grizzlies are 17 for 24 from the free throw line, and the Rockets are 23 for 31.
Yeah.
So a few more
But
threes.
the Rockets just scored 21 more points than the Grizzlies in the third quarter. And, sometimes you don't want to make it that simple, but I mean, they've been really even scoring. I mean, they have 5 players who scored 10 or plus more points. 6?
6 with Tari
Tari
Eason.
Eason?
Yeah, sneaking down there in the box score.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. Dylan, 4 of them with 14 plus.
The 13
that's-
points in
that's a
15
fucking
minutes.
That's crazy. Wait, who has that?
Tari Eason?
Oh, 10 points in 13 minutes. Yeah,
Tari Eason with the 30 points per 36.
that's crazy.
The Bucks have cut it to 7, relying on DeLon Wright. You're right. Is he just gonna play the fourth quarter?
Exactly. I'm like, what?
I love it, man. I'm telling you, I love DeLon Wright.
But damn, not that much.
I love DeLon Wright, man. I
No,
keep this guy out there.
damn.
Let's go, baby.
All right.
Final 5 guy, DeLon Wright.
Giannis just running through the lane. Shout out Giannis. He's getting those LeBron calls.
It's gonna be Giannis and DeLon Wright in the Eastern Conference Finals, just battling it out with the Celtics.
You know.
Right when you think the Celtics are gonna pull away, DeLon Wright's gonna come back with a 3.
Gosh.
I mean, is Pat Williams gonna stop Giannis here? Yeah. Oh, Giannis. Barreling to the rim, flips the ball into the basket. Nobody should be able to stop him. If Giannis wants to just dominate these last 6 minutes, he should be able to score every bucket.
What minute you at?
I'm at 6:17 right now.
Oh, did you see him shoot free throws?
He's about to
I
line
might
up.
be ahead, actually. Yeah, I think I'm a bit ahead.
Yeah, you are. Somehow you sped
Just
up.
jumped ahead.
Yeah,
Midway through the 7th, the Yankees are still ahead.
Wow, 7th inning stretch?
Yeah, I think the Hawks are gonna win this one. They're up.
Is it time to stretch?
6.7 seconds left on the clock.
7th inning?
Yeah, 7th inning.
Take me out to the ball game.
You already know. Kobe White, another
Okay.
3, man.
We just did it. 7th inning stretch.
3 from Kobe White.
Do we need
Is
to get
Kobe
a
White, like,
concession stand in here? Go grab a hot dog?
IT, can we get some coffee?
Some
or
7th inning
something?
snacks, bro? Kobe White!
I know. He's just.
What's he at right now? Can we get a Kobe White stat? 35 for Kobe.
The Bucks are just not good on defense, and I think that's kind of been the secret. Like, if you watch basketball, then you know, kind of thing. Like, you're like, oh, Giannis is there. Of course they're good on defense.
I mean, is
No,
the
they're kinda
fact that
bad.
Dame is guarding Kobe White a reason he has 35?
Yeah, like
Is there some
you see
correlation
that
there?
play. You see how open he leaves him when he's
Yeah, I mean, he just
inside.
went
Like,
right around him and
I
got
mean,
the rim.
if you think there's one area you guys think you're good on, it's probably the paint with Giannis right there. Like, I'm pretty sure he might not need help there. I don't know. Like, if you're gonna get beat on something, maybe not the guy who's scoring. Like,
I mean,
the
look at
most
that. They just
on
showed the
court right
replay
now.
of Giddey getting the
Yeah.
ball at the wing, and then Dame goes from the corner
It's
into the
bad.
paint to double, leaving Kobe White in the corner, and then Giddey just skip
It's
pass it
bad.
over. Kobe White's wide open.
It's bad. No, not the guy who's like, don't help off the leading scorer. That's my lesson of the day.
Wasn't DeLon Wright
Don't-
shooting well? Get him back in there for Dame.
Oh Lord.
I think DeLon is the right move.
The Bucks have been the oldest team in the league, like in a while. Like they feel old, you know?
Is that
Kinda
Brook
like the
Lopez
Suns.
just bringing the age up?
Yeah.
I think if they trade
Bobby
Brook Lopez,
Portis.
they are like the 4th youngest team in the league.
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, true. They have 2 of the
Prince
3.
isn't young. Yeah. Is Jay Crowder still?
And
Where's
Giannis has
Jay
got to be
Crowder?
close to 30 too.
Yeah.
I mean, between Dame, Lopez, and Bobby Portis, it is a pretty
Wow,
good
Jay
35
Crowder's
plus
out the
team.
league. Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, no one's.
That'll
Yeah, Jay
change, right?
Crowder's
He'll be on a
right.
team in a couple months.
I'm surprised.
I know he last played for the Bucks. Oh,
He'll be
20
back.
points? Nice.
With the way this defense is playing,
Wait,
even Jay Crowder at this
called-
stage will be an upgrade.
Oh my gosh. Wait till you see it. This is a horrible call. Oh my gosh. Are they calling
So I just got Torian Prince driving for a slam.
Wow. This is a horrible, horrible
Did they just call a tech on
Oh
Prince?
my gosh. Yeah.
Is that what you're complaining? Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
this is
they
not
gave
good.
him the ball back. Like, what? Did he yell or something? What? Like, this is what we're doing. The NBA is down $1 million for the refs after
Negative aura for the refs after this one.
the Hornets too. What team? There's a team that's gonna be releasing reports of NBA refs.
What happened in that Hornets game?
There was a team that was like doing a breakdown or something. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Jeez.
Hawks win 125-120.
Not surprised.
LaMelo, don't foul out next time.
Wow, Golden State. It's up 10 points on the Jazz.
The swing.
They're taking it to him.
Will Hardy.
This
At the end of the day, he still is going to need to lose these games. So doing his job well. They need Cooper Flag. They need somebody.
Jeez.
Wait, so are the Boozer Twins there this
really
year?
Can't hit a shot.
The Boozer Twins are there next year?
Where?
At Duke?
I think so. I think it is next year. Yeah. When Cooper Flag and Karan Mullick, right, are gone. Is that his name? Karan
So
Mullick,
Cooper Flag is not going to play with the Boozer Twins, right?
No shot.
There's no shot that Cooper Flag stays at Duke for is okay. If there's ever a reason for Cooper Flag to stay at Duke,
savings on it.
yeah, of course he's going to be the #1 overall generational pick. But
he's not going nowhere. He's not staying there.
It's not even that Cooper Flag is the
second
slated #1 overall pick. It's that he's being labeled a generational talent and would have to probably have an all-time bad season at this point to not be the #1 pick.
It would have to be like he's out there clanking everything. We're talking about
Yeah.
slipper is off. Like he's gonna be just fine.
Like maybe he gets bit by a shark during the season and loses a foot or something, and then you can't take him #1. You know, we don't want to start.
Just his defensive highlights, man.
Yeah,
Insane.
wishing him bad luck, but it would take a lot for Cooper Flag not to be the #1 overall pick. But if there was ever a reason to stay at Duke, if you could play with the Boozer Twins, I mean that could be pretty sick.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
The fact
Are
that
you
there's
excited?
two of them.
Or is it?
Excited for what?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Are you excited for the Suns at all this year?
Phoenix? Well,
yeah.
not
Phoenix,
after
13.
watching them struggle against the Clippers, but I've
Royce
always been.
O'Neal.
I'm a Devin Booker guy, so I hope they're
Local
successful.
first.
But no, I don't really have great vibes after this first game. Is Mason
We'll
Gillis
see.
related
I
to
don't
Shane
know.
Gillis?
Tyus
He's on this Duke
Jones.
team. Is it
They
Therese
got
Proctor
Ty
back?
Jones too. Yeah.
The Tyus
I was
Jones
just
pickup
mentioning it
is
'cause
big.
they have a big game tonight. Yeah.
Are they playing? They're playing the Lakers next.
Yeah, in LA. They're playing them right now.
Oh, that
The
game's
late East Coast, West Coast games.
that game's going right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, first quarter, 8 minutes left. Suns are up 10-7. We've got Nurkic with 2. Durant with 6. Durant can't be stopped. He's 2 for 2 from the field. Booker 0 for 2, so Durant's having to take the load. Pause. But Davis 2 points. Hachimura with a 3. So they're gonna have to put Bronny back in to energize the crowd if this gets bad.
Man, Pat Williams gained some weight.
Good weight. Was he hanging out with Mahomes type of weight or
maybe
drinking beers
Maybe a
or?
little bit. Yeah, it's not looking too great. I don't know. Wow, Brooke Lopez 2 of 10 for the night. Jeez, is he getting old? Is Brooke Lopez washed?
Yeah, Brooke Lopez. That's it. I don't know if we want to have a. Do we need to get like a wash alert? Kind of.
Yeah, wash
graphic?
alert. No, I think this year is going to be a great year for wash alert.
We might have to get a wash
There's going to be
alert.
a lot of players on the Bucks. who might be getting-
Just-
And honestly, like Giannis, if I'm a team, I'm trying to pick up his brothers ASAP. I think Thanasis, is he a free agent or something? You got a Giannis is I really think he could be on the move.
I know, because the Bucks were like, the report that I saw was the Bucks were interested in re-signing Thanasis, which is like, if things are healthy with Giannis, you just bring him back, right? You're a winning
Exactly.
team. He's the 14th guy on the roster. You don't really, you hopefully have enough guys. You don't really need him, and you can have the good vibes. Plus, he is like a good teammate. It seems like. Seems
Well,
like
and
he's a
they're
good
talking
man.
about how him being around changed Giannis, blah blah blah.
For the better.
And like, yeah, no, like him not being around, like really brought down his spirits and stuff.
Yeah, Giannis has always been. I mean, I know Giannis is like a funny joke around guy sometimes, but Giannis has always been very vocal about the fact that his family is super important to him. But like,
Yeah.
it's not even just his family, but the presence of his family. Like, I mean, for guys like us, our family is number one. But
Yeah.
would you be? I don't know if you'd have to sign. I guess I definitely would sign my brother to a team, so I wouldn't.
Would you really?
I'd be lying. Yeah, 100%. I would.
Like, come on, it's gotta be a G League spot.
Yeah, I can't even lie.
That's hilarious.
If my brother was Thanasis. Now, I think if we were NBA players, I think my brother would be better than Thanasis.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
I think it would. I mean, I don't want to say Seth Curry. I don't want to just say we'd be like a Seth situation. I think we could both be good in our own right, 100%. But absolutely, he would. He wouldn't just be a guy that you'd sign for the bench role. He'd work, and the man would be a good player in his own right, 100%.
Shout out Rem's brother.
Yeah, shout out. Call in.
Call in. Hey, you gotta bring him on the show.
Do we need to get
Josh
an appearance?
Giddey shooting a three? Oh gosh, it's over when Josh Giddey is hitting a three. Jeez,
I just got a Dame airball on mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got blocked.
No, he did. I think he got hit. You pray he got hit.
Whoa, speaking of blocks, Brooke Lopez with the rejection on Pat Williams. Have you seen the new stat that NBA has now
that's bad.
on NBA.com for dunk score?
Oh, like how many dunks someone
Well,
scores,
they're like rating how good the dunks are.
Oh. No.
They've got like a bunch of factors where it's like how fast it travels through the rim, how big the defender is that you dunk on, how far you take off from.
If you get a technical for hanging on the rim.
Yeah, I don't know if Torian Prince is going to get negative points for that on his dunk score. He would have had an 80 dunk score if it hadn't been for the technical.
No.
I think they're calling dunk score the most useless stat since winning probability, but I've liked looking at it. It's fun.
It's funny. It's like Hall of Fame percentage.
Wow, is Josh Giddey
Like
going to
it's
end the
too
Bucks
good,
here?
huh?
It's what, a 10-point game with 212? 13-point game with 212?
Wow, it's 13. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's not.
So this is like if Dame doesn't hit 2 threes here, this is over.
Yeah, pretty much. Cash Money Chris. They're on the bench. Man, I don't know. Are the Grizzlies just not good?
Whoa, Darvin Ham on the assistant
Where's
staff
he
for the
gone?
Bucks?
Yeah, you didn't see him there? He found a home.
Darvin
He
Ham,
found
shout
a
out.
home.
I gotta say, the Lakers. I mean, we all knew that maybe just moving on from Darvin Ham was the right move, but JJ might actually be a great coach.
I just saw the Raptors are gonna get some poor work. That after they're good. They have the teams that they're playing in the first 10 games have the highest win percentage based off their records last year.
Well, they just
Like,
took down the Sixers.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, do you have that schedule though? Because if they're playing this Milwaukee team,
Yeah, I don't know. Milwaukee was in the top 4, I think.
so their upcoming games here.
They're bringing in the bench. Yeah, this game's over. Yep. There's
Darvin
Margon,
Ham whispered in
Buck
Doc's ear
Ham.
to pull the plug.
Yeah. They're stepping in. Bo Camp's in. Man, they might have a better chance now.
Yeah, the lineup actually got better. Beauchamp.
Giannis is on the bench. You see,
They've actually
Giannis is mad.
They've been forced to take
Wow.
Brooke Lopez off the court. Things are working out now. Yeah, the Raptors' next couple of games, they've got Timberwolves, Nuggets, Hornets, Lakers, Kings. Nuggets, Kings
Yep.
again.
Oh, jeez. Like, why?
So it's going to be maybe a feisty game against the Hornets. Maybe they beat the Lakers. The Lakers in
Yeah.
Canada.
Oh, Lord. All right, I'm done watching this game. Jeez. That's a tough loss. I just can't wait to start seeing the rumbling articles over from his camp.
And
From
especially the
Giannis's
fact that
camp.
first win of the season against that depleted Sixers team as well. Depending
Yeah.
on how the rest of their upcoming games go here, that's just going to be like a pretty bland loss to have start your
Or
season on.
bland win. Yeah.
So they've got the Bulls right now. They've got the Nets on Sunday. Then they've got the Celtics, the Grizzlies, and the Cavs back to back. So they got 4 playoff teams here next. I mean, if they could be 2 and 5,
Maybe
limping out to start the season.
2 and 5. Who knows? That'd be yikes. Shout out. Maybe I gotta turn on the Warriors. Halfway through the second quarter, they've already played 12 guys.
Kerr giving everybody a
Jeez, they
look, but it's
play-
working again. They're up by 9.
Exactly. Trace Jackson Jr., Curry, Wiggins, Green, Kuminga, Pods, Heald, Kyle Anderson, Moses Moody,
Heald
DeAnthony
once again.
Melton, Gary Payton, and Looney. Jeez, bruh.
Heald's balling out again tonight. Heald's 4 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. And
12
Kuminga,
players is insane, though.
Kuminga 0 for 3.
He's just, I mean, Kerr is just spinning the lottery wheel. He said, all right, who can hit a shot tonight? All right, you're playing.
We might have to jump over to this one for a second.
See the rest of the first.
I need to see Kuminga. I need to see him
It's
while
just
I
tough
can.
to, it's tough to ignore LeBron versus KD, you know?
Yeah, but it's early in the season.
Yeah. You saw Bronny's going to get moved to the G League. He's going to be a two-way guy.
Will this be the most I ever watched the G League? Will I actually be invested in the Southside Lakers? The Compton Lakers? What is the name of their G League team?
I don't know. He's Compton Lakers is hilarious.
The Not Like Us Lakers?
That's hilarious.
The Pyru Lakers? I don't know what their team is, but we're not picking sides on the pod. It's just Kendrick.
Patty
followed us off.
Mills is on the Jazz. Yikes.
Patty? Okay, apparently the NBA doesn't want us to watch this game. It's not loading. The Jazz in-arena broadcast. Some technical difficulties. You know we're picking that Jazz broadcast over the Warriors broadcast. Yikes, oh yikes, is that Warriors
Yikes.
announcer annoying.
Oh, really? You're not a fan?
Well, the problem was he was just a little too smug during the successful years. Which, I mean, shout out
That's
to
the
him. That
worst when
Warriors
you have a
team was
bad.
that Warriors team was, you know, not great for a long time there, but definitely
He probably
made
wasn't
sure.
there for all of it.
Yeah.
There you go, Kuminga.
Oh, Curry
All
with the
that and
behind the
Kuminga's
back
the
pass
best.
into the corner to nobody.
Oh gosh.
A tough
That's
look.
literally Curry's like if you're like, okay, what was Curry's number one bad play? It's just
Throwing behind the back
behind
passes.
the back pass to no one. Like when has it worked?
He loves throwing behind the back passes too.
I don't know why.
Maybe he just needs to get one. Oh,
Oh
old
gosh.
school
It was
treat.
because Kaminga's move. Why would Kaminga be there too?
I know that was the
I
spot
don't
for him.
know. I guess. I mean, I get spacing wise, maybe, but
It's not like Curry was he going in for the dribble handoff there? It's not like he was even really making the cut toward Curry. He was just kind of running away from the corner.
Well, yeah. I guess, yeah, that is true. Kuminga should have been there and then driven to the basket with it.
but it doesn't matter. I guess if you have 12 players that you can change in and out, you can just run up and down whenever you want.
And that's kind of a fun move too. So back in like I don't even know how long ago this would have been, but so my grandpa was the pastor of a church, but back in the early days of the
Oh.
church, he was also the coach of the church basketball team, just because, you know, that's the state the church was in back in the day. And
Oh, you got a basketball team though.
yeah, I had enough to pull off a team. But one of his go-to moves, because of the skill level on the team, it wasn't necessarily like a highly skilled team, but they had a lot of guys, so he would just play like 5 guys at a time for like 3 or 4 minutes and just tell them to play as hard as possible and just sub in a new 5 and just say, you know, just play as hard as possible. You can foul if you want. You know, we have the bench, we have the rotation. Like, just make it ugly, because
Oh,
that's the only
gosh.
way we're going to win, is just subbing in these 5 guys and just having a fresh 5 every time. So that's what Steve Kerr is doing. Steve Kerr's doing the church
Jeez.
league team.
Did it work?
I don't know. They won a couple of games.
I guess y'all, they must have hated playing you guys.
Because you just have so many faces yelling.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
wasn't around. for
hard
those days.
screens, elbows on box outs, you know, lots
Yeah,
of
exactly.
putbacks.
But this
is
was
what I'm
back.
thinking.
This might have been before the 3-point line. So I feel like that stuff back
Oh,
then was how you
whoa.
played basketball.
Or the 3-point line. Jeez.
It might have been close. I don't know. I think it might have been 90s. But...
Grandpa, great grandpa. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it was younger days, you know. I mean, the 3-point line didn't start till 79 for the NBA. Something like that. Late 70s.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Because if you did 80s, yeah.
When did they put it in the high? I mean, and then, you know, you get some high school gyms where it's not around.
Yeah, still.
I mean, we still have parks in our city here that don't have a 3-point line. It's kind of, you know, I've never, I don't even know like why you would make a complaint to the city. It just seems pointless.
Yeah.
But I would almost call in and be like, hey, can we get some 3-point lines painted out here? I guess could I just go out and measure it myself, put down a 3-point line?
You could.
Chat, you're going to see me out at parks soon putting down 3-point lines. It's maybe not the time for it because winter's about to hit, but next summer, you're going to see me around town painting some basketball courts. 2:45 left in the first half here of Warriors Jazz. Walker, Kessler, Markkanen. We got a classic Jazz lineup. And it doesn't look like Kuminga is in the game either to finish the half. So they're just running Draymond as the small ball 5 as well. Oh, Markkanen with the corner 3. Not able to get it to go. Oh, no, my mistake. Kuminga is in the game. Making the corner pass, and Kuminga gets the assist as well. So not only did I mistake him for not playing, he's also getting stats and proving me wrong.
At least you're ahead this time.
Am I ahead now? 2 minutes?
I don't understand why do the Jazz want to tank so bad?
Well, what else are they going to do?
I mean, are they that bad a team?
But they're
Is
just
Markkanen that good?
They just got a lot of mid talent outside of Markkanen.
I guess, but they gotta get rid of Markkanen? Like, I don't know.
Do they?
Maybe they just gotta sell tickets.
I kind of agree. I honestly kind of agree with them not trading Markkanen or not selling really low on him because I do think Markkanen is like if you traded him to the right team, I think he would definitely shift the title picture. Like if Markkanen got to the Lakers, like I don't know, you know, obviously that's not a team that would be in the running for him just from an asset standpoint, but it's like, whoa, now that team is like he would make a team, he would turn a mid team to a real team and he would make a contending team. He could definitely put them over the top like the Nuggets.
Wow, trade MPJ for Markkanen?
That's what if they had some more picks to throw in there.
Yeah.
Then that could get interesting, but
interesting.
I agree of thinking of him as like a must-have franchise cornerstone type guy. Bring in a Cooper Flag. Let's build the white powerhouse over there in Utah.
Yeah, him. Who's that?
Kessler.
Big man? Kessler, Walker Kessler, Cooper Flag. Man, you know the Jazz are excited for
Danny
that.
Ainge's dream
Jazz
team.
Fans. Oh gosh.
Can we bring Kelly Olynyk out of retirement?
Kelly Olynyk.
He might be coaching.
Is Tyler Hero available?
Yeah, at that point, now the value for Hero is good. Now we're back in business for Hero. Austin Reeves?
Yeah. That team's actually not that bad. What's the all? Is this gonna get us canceled? All white, all stars.
What's Chet? Chet's kind of like an urban white.
Yeah. You do Austin Reeves, Tyler Hero in the backcourt, Chet Holmgren starting.
The Chet, Markkanen, Cooper Flag front court.
Yeah, Markkanen.
If you want to take Markkanen down too, just go all American whites. So no
Yeah.
We want to actually get racist. Go Kessler.
Oh, jeez. No, Kessler's off the bench.
If we want to close the borders and not let Markkanen on the team.
Close the border. Yeah.
After the election, when Markkanen gets deported.
Man. Curry trying to kill Sexton, shoving him in the chest.
Did you have anything for Piercing Truth at all you wanted to mention? Was there any headlines that caught your interest?
Let's see here. What? You're laughing like you saw something.
No, I just didn't know if you.
What the heck?
We just haven't done a piercing truth in a second.
Any election stuff? Did you see Donald Trump working at McDonald's?
I did see that. Running the fryers?
I just love how the election is coming down to who actually worked at McDonald's, who actually put the fries in the bag.
Didn't Kamala work at McDonald's when she was a teen? It took Trump 80 years to work at McDonald's.
That's what he's claiming. Of course, we're seeing all the LeBron stuff. You know, him playing with his son, Bronny.
I actually thought that was a cool moment, too. I know it's not from a basketball standpoint to talk about the LeBron Bronny thing anymore, but come on. When he checked into the game and the crowd went crazy and they were up by a lot, it didn't, and he played well out there. It's not like he got cooked on defense. Like he closed out. There was a point where Edwards got switched onto him and he stood in front of him, closed out. Edwards missed a shot. Like, I mean, I think the Wolves made up a couple of points there, so it's not like you would have kept him out there for a long stretch, but he definitely hung a little bit. You were like, okay, if the man develops, like, he's going to be out there and he's going to be playing and he's going to be productive. You can definitely see it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a cool moment. Obviously, obviously everybody thought it was a cool moment, but I think it's fun to talk about it as well too, because it is historic, and I know, again, it became controversial there. Low-key is like one of the more controversial sports stories, but I think overall it was good to see happen.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm happy it happened.
Halftime for Warriors, Jazz, by the way. The Warriors start to pull away. The rotation too deep. But an interesting development in New Orleans. The NBA just doesn't stop, people. It goes all night. Pelicans, Blazers. The Blazers up by 12 at home. No. Oh, the return of Zion. Zion's at 1 point right now.
Oh, geez.
The rare 1 point quarter. I think Brooke Lopez did that earlier this year.
Man, Bulls seal it, though. 133-122. Over the Bucks at home. Tough loss. Tough.
In the Lakers versus the Suns. Down
18-26 at home.
Quarter. Should we ride out this first quarter? See how that goes, and then
then call it.
Wrap it up from there. Let's see if we...
Let's see, LeBron is actually playing, and Anthony Davis is actually playing in the Lakers game. So they can't even say they're off that night. Do you still have Scoot Henderson stop?
My mic just disconnected. What did you say? Something about Scoot?
I was saying, do you still have Scoot Henderson stop?
I'm not going to give up yet. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think it's too soon. Now, would I go back and say that he is the second best player in the draft? I think that Brandon Miller can definitely claim on that territory a little bit. And, I think was Hawkes in that draft too? So, I mean, there's definitely some other players in the redraft that maybe Scoot's name is down the list a little bit. And it's like, yeah, you have to admit it after watching the first season. But am I giving up on Scoot as being a starter in the league and being an impactful player? Absolutely not. Scoot's a dog. Scoot will work hard.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, Scoot will be out there. LeBron, second player in NBA history to play 22 seasons behind Vince Carter. So is he going to be the first to go 23 if he plays next year? He's going to hit the MJ seasons?
I know. Not even MJ did that.
Wow. Well, not a good look here in the first quarter, down 35-21. Maybe we see Bronny again tonight.
Put him back in.
Yeah, I think we got to keep rooting for Phoenix to blow him out so we see Bronny later.
See them play together, maybe.
I think this time it won't be together.
That's funny.
Okay, any parting thoughts for the chat?
No, not really. I think, just shout out Chelsea. We're rolling along.
Oh, yeah, Soccer Corner.
Yeah, Soccer Corner. Of course, Ultimate Frisbee still going on. I think that'll be on ESPN3. And Ultimate Club Nationals. And that's about it. But yeah, I'll be in and out. I might jump some lives. If I see the red button red on, I might, it might be in the comments hitting you up or jump on the Zoom. But
stay tuned, people. You just never know. Sam, it's like the bad signal is up. Sometimes it's like the commissioner says with in the Dark Knight. Sometimes we just go live just to remind people that we're out there. And then
there you go. You never know.
And then if you guys subscribe, stay tuned. Your boy Sam will be popping up.
Yeah. And shout out BetStamp and Pure Vita.
Pure Vita.
Need all your betting needs, go hit up BetStamp.
Did Pura Vida hook you up with a ring?
Bet. No, they did not. No, they did not. But they
Pura
do
Vida,
have
you're
plenty of
slacking.
other jewelry that you can enjoy. Official jeweler of Rem and Sam. Check the links
Let's get
below.
this guy an engagement anklet.
There you go. We still have a chance. Pura Vida. And yeah, also, yeah, those are the main shout outs. As always, sponsors, links below. Make sure you follow our YouTube. Get it over. Let's keep chugging. Keep up the momentum at 108. Shout out everyone who's subscribed. Maybe we can get some more. Instagram, check it out. TikTok as well. Yeah, make sure you're following to see when Rem is live. We're live whenever. He was live last night.
Yeah,
Live all the
I'm just
time.
going live, people. I'm
NBA
telling
games
you.
are done.
I'm watching games.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
screw it. I'll just jump on.
There you go. You're on. But check it all. Check the links in the bio below, and we'll see y'all later.